Tars have to win it over St Mary's, and Darwin have to lose to Nightcliff for Tars to get back and play in the finals, which start the week after. Nightcliff were leading Palmerston 12-10 to 2-4 at three-quarter time. The last score we got from that match being played out at Palmerston's home ground. Wanderers earlier today by 75 points over the Bombers, 17-14 to 5-11. Next week, Darwin and Nightcliff play on a Friday night. Then Southern Districts and Tiwi, Wanderers and Palmerston, St Mary's and Tars all in battle in the last round before the finals get underway. Finals look to be another interesting thing in front of us, I reckon, in a fortnight from now.
Yeah, it will be, and it's probably not as... We've got the two very dominant sides, but as you spoke about before, Buffaloes have come from fourth to win a grand final, and anything can happen come finals time, but St Mary's and Nightcliff are definitely the two leading teams. But with Seb Gilhouse not playing the last couple of weeks for Nightcliff, the wet weather footy, tired legs, it can create injuries, and touch wood, there has been no injuries, but out at Palmerston, it's been absolutely bucketing down out there pretty much all day. So let's hope there's no injuries there for Nightcliff, because that scoreline 12-2 is pretty poor for Palmerston at their home ground.
Yeah, not too good at all. But from a finals perspective, the way that it looks now that we know that Darwin are more than likely going to be the team occupying fifth position, unless something stunning happens between Waratah and St Mary's next weekend. Very interesting looking final setup. I mean, I still think Wanderers are a real danger team with the number of players that they are able to bring back into the team depending upon qualifications. Real team to watch out for. I think the team that yet again is under most pressure coming into the finals is the team that's going to challenge St Mary's tonight, and that is Southern Districts. They'll fill probably fourth position, maybe third, but they are the team that's under most pressure. I think Darwin will come in. Nothing to lose will be their attitude.
Yep.
But Southern Districts, they've been bundled out in straight sets the last two seasons, and that could well be on the cards again.
That's why it's interesting to see how they actually shape up against St Mary's here tonight. And we haven't seen much of Southern Districts, and they don't like playing at Marara here. They like playing at home, but the finals is played here. It gives them a good indication of where they're at against St Mary's. But as you said about, they bundled out straight sets the last 2 years, but they were at the top of the ladder those last couple of years, and they were playing really good football towards the end there, but then come finals time and they just crumbled. So I think they should be treating this game as a finals game, just to see where they're at. I look at the team sheet and there's no one that really stands out apart from Jared Brennan in there with his experience, but then anything can happen. He can either have the ball on a string, or he can give away a lot of free kicks with his discipline. So it's either one way or the other with Jared Brennan of who shows up, but they really need him to show his experience and his leadership tonight.
Oh, look, you're right. When you do go through that list, there's actually quite a few good players in there, though. Charles McAdam with some really good experience. Sam Smith, who's a player that we've seen most often in the ruck, but has also played in defence and up forward for them. So a very versatile player. Sam Smith has had some experience down south. Christian Papertalk, very good player. But Marcus Hamilton, was an AFL draft prospect probably 2 years ago. They were looking at him seriously. Henry Armour just never gives up across four quarters. So, they do have some half-decent players there, and more than half-decent, Kieran.
I've had to look at the team sheet 2 or 3 times just to verify, but there is no Will Farrer in that Southern Districts lineup, and that is a huge miss for them.
Yep, it is, and I noticed that Michael Bowden's not there either tonight, so they are missing some class players there. Michael Bowden, of course, playing across a half-back, and Will Farrer, your target up forward. One might wonder how he would go on a night like tonight with the ball being a bit heavy and slippery, but you'd rather have him there than not, Kieran.
And he has showed that he isn't just a one-trick pony. He's very good on the ground. He's extremely fast.
Oh, that's right.
Absolute physical freak. Probably the best physical prospect in the competition, I'd say.
Yep. There's another player who's played very well over the last few weeks, Tash, and that's Clinton Gallio. He's been in very good form for Southern Districts over the last month or so.
And you need those players to sort of to step up, because St Mary's have a very strong team here tonight. After last week's probably best 22, they said was close to their best 22. There's a lot of great players out there. Francis Kinthari, Nathan Paredes, that I think is going to be right up there with the Nichols medal. He's just turned into a quality player. And the other X factor that I'm enjoying watching is and the conditions will suit him tonight, is Ben Rioli with his bags of goals that he's been kicking.
Dear.
He's just been the surprise packet.
Hasn't he just? I think, am I right in saying that Justin Cooper looks like he's not in the team tonight?
Yep.
So from a speed perspective, they're looking for players like Francis Kinthari to break the line. lines, and Ben Rioli, who knows where he'll line up. Could it be half back? Could it be back pocket? Could it be midfield, forward pocket? He has been such a versatile player lately, and no team has been able to go with him. I mean, how important was he last week? I don't know whether either of you saw the game last week, but I thought that was a cracking match last week between Saints and Nightcliff. The third quarter was just such a hard quarter, but Saints, and in particular Ben Rioli, just smashed the game open in that quarter. But to me, they looked exhausted, and to Nightcliff's credit, then came back and kicked 4-0 in the last. So be interesting to see how Saints approach this game and what they've learned out of that game last week, because they wouldn't have been happy with that finish last week, Charlie.
No, I agree with that. I'll tell you what, and this is a strange comment, I reckon the find of the year has got to be Ben Rioli. I mean, they play him up forward. He's just become Mr. Versatile. They can just about play him anywhere. You can throw him in the middle.
And that is what happened last week.
Yeah, and we were Kieran and I were talking earlier is that the other find is the Damien Williams Jr. because he started in the back line as well, doing a great job. But since they put him down forward, he kicked a few crucial goals for Buffaloes today after half time, and just gives them that target up forward. He leaps so high, but then at ground level, he's like having another player. And that's what Ben Rioli's been able to do. You can put him anywhere. So, I mean, unfortunately to do with these Thunder restrictions, otherwise, if he would have played all season, he would have been my Smokey for the Nichols medal.
Okay, Carl Load, what do you made of him? He's played not all of the season, but he's such a valuable player, isn't he?
Look, he's a tremendously valuable player, and I think one of the things is you know that he's always going to give 100%. I heard an interview with him last week where they said, they were joking with him and said, Carl, your body's a temple, and he keeps himself immaculately fit.
Doesn't he?
You know
Fantastic.
that he's going to give his all. I must admit, he's played quite a bit of footy now in the back line, but he's a much better midfielder, I think. But from a pace perspective, they seem to be looking at him down in the back 50, and I just wonder whether some teams are going to look at his pace and see whether they can exploit that in the finals.
Now that's a good point too, because you have Iggy Vallejo and Carl Load back there. Neither of them are speedsters. That's a fair comment.
And Anstess as well.
And they can be exposed back there, can't they? But you've got to be able to put them under
You've got to be
pressure.
able to do it. They anticipate, they read the ball so well. And Natasha, John Anstess, for a guy who I thought was finished at the end of last year, wasn't going to play again, his performances after Christmas, how good have they been?
Just unbelievable. And you say about the pace, but just their smarts, reading the ball. And a great example was Federer. I mean, he's not the fastest bloke playing the Dell, but I tell you what, he knows where the ball's going and he reads it so well that he gets himself in the right position, and that's what their backline does.
It does. The age-old question, Tash, is always, if you had the choice, what would you rather have, speed or experience? I mean, it's always been the question. Meanwhile, I look down there and I see Anthony Wilson. What a live wire he's been for St Mary's. What a good pickup he's been.
I reckon they're three great pickups this year. I mean, you talked about Ben Rioli, and I agree, but their three great pickups this year have been Nathaniel Paredes, Francis Quintari, and Wilson.
How do you do it? How do you attract three quality players like that to your team?
Well, one of them, you answer an email. Another one, you rely on a club supporter who's simply seen a bush kid playing on an oval. And Wilson, I don't know, that's just great. That's just great fortune, I think.
That's amazing.
I think he knew someone. Kieran found out a little bit about him, and he did play down in the SAFL and was the fastest player down there, apparently. I'm not sure who he played for.
Kieran might throw some light on it. Kieran, can you?
No, I'm not sure actually where they got Wilson from, where they found him, but obviously he's a very good prospect. Another good prospect that is running in front of me now is Nick Yarron, who's another speed who I believe played in the Sandful as well, and he's been very good on the wing, just like Wilson for St Mary's this season. Well,
they're tossing the coin in the middle. Can I just cast our eyes across Southern Districts and ask you about Matt Rosier, Thunder player, great player from Central Australia. They build a lot of their game around him. He's got to be really, really good tonight for them to win, doesn't he?
Oh, look, he does. Quality player. We probably haven't seen enough of him or the best of him for Southern Districts. So it'd be interesting to see what sort of a performance we might see out of him tonight.
And no Farah. Is this a case of keep your gunpowder dry? They just don't play him tonight. There's no point, because I don't think they care if that. I don't think they think they can win this match. That's my feeling. I think they've come in here expecting not to win it, but they'll get a good hit out.
I mean, we'll be able to see by how Shannon Rusker, their coach, speaks to them at quarter time and three-quarter time, when we can see down there, and just his body language and the way he goes about it, because knowing the Shannon Rusker I know, he's out there to win every game. He doesn't like losing. So I guess he'd need a good indication of where they're at. And I mean, we've always questioned Southern Districts in the finals time, come finals. We haven't seen that much of them, Charlie, and called them often this year. So it's going to be interesting. But I know that Rusker loves to win games and coaches to win.
Well, both teams in their huddles.
Jared Brennan
inside
won the
the
toss,
50.
I think, Charlie. I think Jared Brennan won the toss.
And which way do you go?
Kicking to the airport end.
Kicking to the airport end. So there's no breeze to speak of. Or we can get a weather report from Kieran down there. Kieran, you got anything for us?
Yeah, the breeze blowing, it's not really much, probably a 1-goal breeze, but it's going across the ground, so not really benefiting or impacting either side.
And I'm looking forward to see who Henry Armour picks up, because they're going to be in for a tough day. So he's usually a tagger, Charlie, and as we know, as Butters calls him, the love child, Henry Armour. But he's a good player, quality player, tags really well. But I tell you what, when he plays, whatever player he plays on, he annoys them all game and just doesn't let them get anywhere near the ball. He's like a glove.
Interesting seeing the back six for St Mary's going down here, and Cameron Eilert, part of that back six. Ben Rioli, part of the back six.
Gee.
Very interesting to see. I don't think I've ever seen Cameron Eilert start in defence.
Right, that's a big move. So we're just waiting for our NITV audience to join us. The players heading out into position. Those two midfield packs of 4 apiece stand opposite each other, having a little bit of a discussion. So this game about to get underway here. Teams are in position. The two midfield groups of 4 apiece make their way around the umpire in the middle. The conditions are pretty good. There's some dark clouds around. We might expect some rain, but one thing, this surface stands up to the rain, but it has taken a beating today, and conditions are pretty tough, even though they're cool. So St Mary's to play Southern District. It is round 17 of the NTFL competition. Just one more round to go after this one, and St Mary's looking to show their dominance here again. And speaking of dominance, let's go to Dominic to get us underway. Dom.
Good on you, Charlie. Thanks very much. Jared Brennan lighting up on Paredes. Up they go, the big men. Storer wins it down and comes out to Rosie. A lovely kick up to half forward. Mark taken at left half forward there by Marcus Hamilton. Drills a pass in. And almost a mark taken there by Travis Carroll. Districts with the hand on the ball early, and a free kick will be paid. And the free kick will be paid to Southern Districts too. Sam Smith with ball in hand, and he takes that free kick dead in front and will kick from about 48.
And he's looking, they just shaped to kick it off there. I think he should go back. The ball's not too heavy yet. It hasn't hit the ground too much, so you should go back and slot this one. It's not much of a breeze.
Good positive start here by Southern District. They didn't win the ruck contest, but a trouble for Saints over past weeks is that they have not been able to win the ball out of midfield easily. Sam Smith crosses 50. The left boot shot on goal is through for a goal.
Wow, what a start. That's the start Southern Districts were looking for, and nice clean possession. And Travis Carroll is playing full forward for Southern Districts, and he gives them that target, and I guess for the smaller players like Marcus Hamilton at ground level to get that ball and try and sneak away with a goal. But we just watch the players move back to the midfield, and Jared Brennan in the midfield, captain tonight.
And just some other scores for those who follow the footy. Wanderers by 75 points over the Tiwi Bombers, and Darwin came from behind to win what is likely to be a spot in the finals. They got up in the last quarter to win by 3 points over Tars, 9-12 to 9-9. Out of the centre they come. They could go forward again. Some hard work. Rosier does pretty well. Linked it up out there through Armour. Off the left boot. Southern Districts inside 50 yet again, getting in front there. The man we were surprised to see back there, Cameron Eilert, takes the mark. Inside defensive 50. Hugs the boundary line. Goes short. Saints with control of it now in the middle. They got Kintari in the centre circle. Takes the mark on his chest. Runs back. Has a look. He's got a good hairstyle. Looks pretty good. Only needs a ribbon in it. Kicks down inside 50. Good vision. Great kick. Finds Yaron inside 50.
Yeah, Yaron is looking to pass this one off way out of his distance.
Yeah, he's not confident with it. He's going to the top of the goal square. Front position was the Southern District's ball, lands on the ground. Players get around it. Lionel Ogden, the defender, doing some hard work back there. Picked up by Kintari. Handball goes back. Left foot kick around the body. Is going to miss off to the right. No, it's not. It's going to go through for a goal. And Ewing kicks the goal.
Yeah, that's a good reply by St Mary's. And Ewing, just the big body and the experience. He knows where the goals are. He doesn't even need to look for them. But Kintari with the hand pass off Charlie, just too fast and too flashy in these conditions.
Forgot about Ewing. I've forgotten all about him.
Played Division 1 last Sunday, apparently, Kieran.
Yeah, I was in the tunnels earlier, and I saw Shannon Rusky. He gave a number 8 for Southern District's Cale Barker. He said to him, Cale, you're on Peter McFarlane tonight. You're shutting him down. So big task for him ahead.
Yeah, wow.
That's not what you want to hear from your coach, I can tell you that. So a goal apiece here, early stages of the match. Round 17 of the NTFL.
Very interesting to see some of the lineups here. We'll come back to that in a moment. Stora beaten again by Sam Smith. He's having a cracking good time at the beginning of this quarter. Geary, ball out of the middle, high up and under. Players wait underneath it. The umpire just says play on. Didn't go 15. Now Southern District's out of the middle. Little chip kick goes towards centre half back. Islet just ran hard at it. He's brought down. His kick's untidy going through centre half forward. McFarlane's taken out of it. Coombs over the ball, can't get it. Districts, they grab hold of it. And a free kick taken for a high tackle against Coombs. And that free kick going there to Southern Districts. They whip it out wide. Now to Rosier. And he just cannot get the ball before the boundary. And it'll be a boundary throw into the left of that scoreboard.
Was unhappy then?
Yeah, no, Michael Coombs there he's probably fortunate that the guy was falling to give away the free kick.
So the throw in, and St Mary's get across. No Ryan Smith playing today. It's in the hands here of Jared Brennan. Kicks it out wide. District's on the push forward, up towards half forward. Saints get in the way again. That's a good move, putting Cameron Islet back there. He's a magnet, there's no doubt about it. Wins it inside the square, kicks it out wide. Good kick, finds a target out there. Handball back in. They can run forward. This is Shannon Rioli with the handball. Out to Kintari, back to Shannon Rioli on the right boot. Spears along the boundary line, just keeps it in the field of play. Inside 50, where's Ewing? Goes towards him, gets over the top. Ewing's got it. They got Ewing, got the handball away, left it on the ground. Clean up. Cooper.
Kintari.
Was it Kintari?
Yep.
Went down and kicked the goal. Terrific goal.
Yeah, no, great work by Ewing as well, just to get the ball in front. He reads the ball so well, and there's the experience you were talking about, Charlie. Cameron Islet in the back line reads the ball, gets it forward to Shannon Rioli, who goes to ground, gives it off to his teammate. As soon as he hit the ground, he jumped back up to give that option to his teammate that he knew he was under pressure, kicks it forward, and Ewing uses his body really well, and Kintari off the ground. Too easy by St Mary's.
And it was Michael Coombs out there wide. I got him mixed up with Kintari. Of course, their body shape is not at all alike.
No, only about 20 kilos difference, Charlie. Stora winning the ruck contest out of the middle now against Smith. Went to go the toe poke off the ground. Smith grabbed it, put boot to ball up towards half forward, belted away there by John Anstess. Coming through now, Paredes just gets boot to ball quickly, up to centre half forward. Labastida did beautifully at ground level. His handball wasn't so good. Ogden comes through then, tries to toe poke it forward. Now a handball backwards from Districts to Brennan. In fact, goes now to Rosier. Rosier on the left boot up towards Armour. Couldn't handle. Handball comes out to Vallejo and he'll clear for St Mary's.
Vallejo's kick up towards their half forward line. Gee, it's a deep penetrating kick, front position. Labastida knocked it away, gave a bit of a chance there for Fenton to run on it. Fenton came again. Over the top of the footy down there is Liam McGregor. Umpire's going to ball it up. No, he lets it keep going. And Coombs went in and tried to break it up. He couldn't get it out. Big tackle holds it up. This time the umpire has to come in, and going to ground there, Jackson Geary with the footy.
Yeah, and just look for Coombs with the little man bun that he's got happening there, Charlie. That's how you can tell him apart. Ball
tossed up high, comes down to Paredes, nearly had his head taken off. Play on, says the umpire. Quick kick into defence for Districts. They're working hard. They've lost it. Fenton gives the ball out. I think that's to McGrath. It's pulled back in again. Now it comes out to Geary. He crashes through. McGrath back in. Ball and all tackled by 2. And a high tackle has been given. So McGrath will take the free kick. Right of centre, 45-degree angle, about 35 out.
That was ferocious tackling as well by the Southern Districts players, but unfortunately they've given away the free kick. And he'll go back, Kieran.
Yeah, McGrath's a pickup that we forgot to mention earlier in the game. He's played at AFL level, I believe, 1 or 2 seasons ago, so don't underestimate McGrath.
Yeah, he's a good player for Brisbane Lions, I think it was.
So McGrath now lining up for his shot at goal. Starts on the paint of 50. Deliberate approach, kick on its way. It's fading to the left and hits the post halfway up. That's the point post, so that's out of bounds on the full. Free kick to Southern Districts in their right back pocket.
Gave that old point post a bit of a shake, like Lee Matthew did all those years ago. Here's the kick, comes out. Wilson out here at the 50-metre line. He stands and waits, but too strong under the footy. Jared Brennan, this magnificent player. He really is something to watch. Look at him, so casual and just goes about his business. He's a Butte player, kicks it across the half-back line. Ball lands on the ground. Hard run coming in from Hamilton. Picks it up, uses it pretty well. Ball knocked to ground in front of Armour. Couldn't get it. Free kick. Whistle gone. It's going to be a St Mary's free kick.
Armour's worrying about the man too much at the moment,
already.
Charlie, instead of watching the ball. So he got Shannon Rioli high.
Shannon Rioli with the long kick, puts them under pressure straight away. McFarlane with the one-hander, couldn't gather. Ewing can, spins around on the left, has the shot at goal. I tell you what, that did not miss by much. A point to Ewing, but I tell you what, he's putting all the positives in from a Div 1 performance last week.
He's got the goal radar on it. We've seen him again. Then he didn't even look. He just knows where the goals are. He's just such a great goal kicker. Oh, and there's just...
Oh, Jared Brennan, he's nearly made a mess of that.
Yeah, he played on and from the kick out and then dropped and then was clever enough to get to it and pick it up again. Ball knocked back inside the 50-metre line. Hard run from defence. Fishwick gets it onto the left boot. Kick wasn't good enough. Landed only about 15 metres upfield. Southern Districts do get it though. They chip it back into the middle. They were hoping to get it to Armour. Couldn't get it. Here's Yaron. Steals it for St Mary's. Gets on the right boot. Kicks it into a forward line that's pretty open. Lands on the ground. Forced out of the defence there. Kicked out wide by Bath. Lands it on the ground, picked up by Labastida, gets on the right boot, kicks around his body. Don't tell me, Henry Labastida. Thank you very much.
They're just checking, Charlie.
Yeah, there's something, I think the player was calling it was touched off the boot.
Now there's a discussion.
How can they bring the boundary?
This is an umpire's conference.
It's going to be a
It's a
goal.
goal.
It is. Well, what a great goal. I love to see Henry Labastida kick a goal. Great reward for a real good player for St Mary's over many years.
Yeah, and that's him on the screen running off to the boundary. As often we've seen as if you kick a goal, you get interchange. I'd rather stay out there, but St Mary's has started so strong here. After St Mary's Southern Districts hit the board, St Mary's have got the last 3 goals.
Is that a rule that a club would have?
Look,
they wouldn't be able to sell that to me. I would not say
me
no.
either.
If I kick a goal, I'm staying on.
I'm staying on. I think it must be. It almost has to be.
He knew as soon as he kicked it as well to get
He's
off.
off.
Ball in the middle. Districts again easily winning it out of the middle. Rick Nolan would not be happy. Cameron Island underneath it, beaten for it, but a free kick given. I'm not really sure why. Pushing the back was the call.
I think it was, yep.
Cameron Islet, Natasha says that was correct. I'll go by her adjudication. So Islet, he's racking it up already at half-back. Long kick out wide. Looks for McFarlane. Has the 3 grabber. Play on is the call. He goes back in. His second effort was great. Got the handball away there towards Yaron. Couldn't gather. Close to the boundary line, and there'll be a boundary throw-in. Natasha, I noticed Jack Long, unusually, starting at fullback. John Anstey, centre half-back. Normally the other way around.
Yeah, you don't see that very often. And Jared Brennan and Marcus Hamilton for Southern Districts are right in the game, but they need a bit more help.
So out towards the far side of the ground, knocked to ground there by James Wall. St Mary's win it, kick up towards the 50-metre line. Front position down there was McFarlane, couldn't get it. Knocked on a little bit further by McGrath. It's still inside 50. Southern Districts get the kick away. Outside defensive 50. Rolling ball out towards the area that has been pretty chopped up. You can see it there underfoot. Here's Wilson onto it. Justin Wilson onto the right boot. Curls around his body. Good-looking kick down towards 50. Gives Ewing a chance. Ewing, I reckon, knows that St Mary's can win without him. Is playing for his position in the team a bit. Kick up towards the wing. Over the top of Ben Rioli and Cameron Island got there with the handball, but they got it to Valent and he can run from the wing.
And he does do that, kicks the ball long now into forward 50. Iggy Vallejo tracking the ball towards the boundary, beaten forward on that occasion by Marcus Hamilton. Showed a little bit of class there by getting in front and then pushing the ball in front of him. Had the soccer for goal, kicks the point.
That was the pace we were talking about as well. Marcus Hamilton had the pace over Iggy Vallejo.
So Long's kick. It's a long one out towards Geary, got over the top of him. Here comes Coombs. Gets around the player, used the handball pretty good to Geary. They take him out of the contest. Finished up this time with that man, Storer. Storer's kick inside 50, good defensive work, knocks it to ground, leaves it there for Ewing to run onto. He won't miss that. Goes in and kicks another one. Fantastic kick. He just reads the play so well.
His second goal of the game, and he uses his body as well, Charlie. So without putting their hands in the back, he gets his backside or his hip, and he sort of gets the player out the way and over the nose. He's playing for his spot in this team. Probably not in the best condition he's ever been in his life, but he still knows where those goals are. 2 goals in 12 minutes to Darren Ewing.
Kieran.
Now, nothing from me, Charlie. I'm just looking forward to see if districts can respond to this, because St Mary's have come with a lot of intent.
So look at that scoreline already. 4 goals, 1 to 1-1. They're just a dominant team, aren't they? Dominic McCormack.
Store up against Wall. Neither could win it down cleanly. Crashing the packs in the middle. Saints cannot get the ball out, but they find themselves on the bottom of the pack. And that will be Fenton who comes up last. The man with the number 23 on the back. Ball tossed high again. Wall did well. Second effort in there was Paredes. Fenton, good stuff, brings the ball through half forward. Kick and hope perhaps, almost cut off there by McGregor. Does well. Now the long kick up towards half forward. Districts now, they've got a little bit of pace. McAdam it is who grabs it close to the boundary on the left boot, looking for a target. Islet got a fingernail to it. Who can pick it up here for Southern Districts? Is that Armour? No. In fact, Islet as it comes through, gives a little soccer to the side, looking for Carl Lloyd. They're all doing the soccer. Somebody better pick it up. Brennan palms it towards the boundary. No one can pick it up cleanly. Carl Lowe just shoves his opponent across the line unceremoniously, and there'll be a boundary throw in.
4 kick off the grounds there. It's contagious, isn't it?
It is contagious.
There wasn't the 2 Southern Districts players down there actually got confused and took the ball off of each other, but Jared Brennan and Marcus Hamilton are swapping between the forward line and the midfield.
Midway through the first term, Saints up 4-1 to 1-1. Throw in up towards Southern District's half forward line. Knock back to give Geary a chance. Runs hard at it. Coombs there as well. Looks for it. Overruns it. Left it behind. Nearly a chance there for Rosier. Didn't get it. Grabbed this time by Sam Smith on the left boot. Sends it right down towards the goal line. Dribbles away and goes through for a minor score. So 1 goal, 2 Districts. St Mary's 4-1.
Jared Brennan was on as well. He's on his own on the wing here, and they could have kicked it to him. He could have gone back and had a shot at goal.
Cameron Islet, the designated kicker, wonderful kick after he played onto himself. Vallejo now on to Paredes. They're already up to half forward, but it's going to break down here. Well cut off by Ogden. His handball was terrible. Couldn't find Clinton Gallio. He's good enough to recover. Long kick under pressure. Vallejo will relieve again at right half back.
So as a coach, I'll be saying, why are you kicking to those St Mary's back? But we see it so many times here. Here's the ball in the hands here for St Mary's of Fenton. Sends it up towards the 50-line. Big climb at the back. McFarlane got a couple of grabs at it. He's a double grabber. He just couldn't hold that one. 2 grabs at it and lost it.
Needs to get angry first, Natasha.
Yeah, he does. And just speaking about the St Mary's backline players, is that they peel off their players, and that's where they have total faith in each other. You don't see them very rarely standing man on man.
Boundary throw in. McFarlane up in ruck against Sam Smith. I think Smith might have won that one towards the boundary. Districts in control. It's now knocked over the boundary. How will the umpire see that? All okay. Boundary throw in. About 75 metres around from the Saints' goal.
Yeah, Districts need to try and win back the momentum here because it's totally against them.
15 minutes gone. 25 plays 8. St Mary's in the lead. Boundary throw in. McFarlane wins this one. Armour, I think it might have been, who took possession there. In fact, for Southern Districts, Jake Rowe Duggan, and he'll bring the ball to ground and the umpire will do it all over again.
Tash, can I ask you to, just for our viewers and listeners, what makes St Mary's such a great side? At the end of this quarter, tell us what it is that makes them say, because it's not noticeable, but they just win footy match. All held up here, pack comes over the top. It's not going to come out. Umpire allows it to go on. Players were looking at the umpire to blow the whistle. He didn't. It's still there. And it's pretty sloppy. And in the end, he lost patience with them.
Call.
And he said it's going to be a free kick to St Mary's. And I think it's Kintari who's going to get it out there. No, it's not.
Fenton.
It's going to be Fenton. He'll use Kintari, gets onto the right boot, kicks it inside 50, right down towards the goal square. Where's Ewing? At the back there somewhere, lands on the ground. Southern Districts with the handball, put it out wide to McAdam, gets onto the left boot, does pretty well, curled it out towards the boundary line and rolls towards the boundary line. They dive over the top of Henry Armour, who stayed on the ground, gathered by Yaron. Yaron with the little chip kick to the pocket.
Well done.
Good defensive work they came across and fisted away was Freddie Sleeth.
Yeah, I think if Armour had his chance again, he would have probably taken that over the boundary line and slid over. With these conditions, it wouldn't have been deliberate because he just gave Cameron Islet the opportunity to get it inside 50 for Saints.
Boundary throw in now, about 40 metres around, left forward pocket St Mary's. McFarlane couldn't get to it. Now on the ground, Coombs gets a handball out, waiting for it. Paredes, he palms off 2. Goes back in and gets it again. Wilson, for feigned the handball and did it well. Now kicks to a dangerous spot. 30 out from goal. District's working hard. Lovely little handball. Comes out here towards Wall. Wall did well to pick it up, got it to Armour, couldn't take the mark. Does he get a handball away? He does. Southern District's defence working exceptionally hard. Shannon Rioli just got his backside in the right spot. Coombs laying a tackle. Rosier comes through, handball from Armour. They get a quick kick up towards centre wing. Iggy Vallejo just bullocked his way in front, shoved the ball away. It's taken by McAdam, kicked to an open 50. John Anstice is going to win this race. What can he do with the ball is the next question. Untidily off the right boot. But Geary will be there. Can he pick it up? He can't. Brennan's got him under pressure, had to release by hand. Now Travis Carroll after it, close to the boundary, pursued by Geary. Gets the handball away. Districts, an opportunity. Anstice read the ball well. He kept in the game and takes the mark in the back pocket.
Jared Brennan has done well to keep himself in check there, because his third and fourth efforts there, and then for his teammate to miss the total opportunity and kick it straight to his opposition.
The Anstice kick landed on the ground, comes back again. Chance here for Southern Districts to win it. They didn't get it. Handball come around the body, this time to Partrak, and Paper Talk rather kicks towards the boundary line, lands in the hands of Jared Brennan, bangs away a goal right on the line. Saints went back and touched it. Brennan disgusted.
He's so casual, Charlie, but he just nearly kicked that out of nowhere.
Is the kick to Justin Wilson, paddles it out in front of him. He's got plenty of pace, gets onto the right boot. That is a great kick. He looked upfield. He gave Wilson every chance. Wilson got his hands on it and lost it. He'd be disappointed with that rope. Wipes his hands on his shorts, gets a bit of a pat from his teammate, but it was a terrific kick. And he didn't hold it.
One Wilson electrically fast, the other one not really
fast. No, he's
Wilson to Wilson.
He's slowed right down, hasn't he? Justin Wilson might be his last season. We see him out here in Premier.
Boundary throw in, Storer up against Smith. Southern Districts winning it out again from that contest. The high up and under, Yarran against Wall. He got himself in good position there, James Wall. Well done. Saw the ball out over the boundary line, and they'll do it again by way of a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, Districts are just looking flat, and Jared Brennan looks absolutely buggered. He's spent already his petrol tickets for this quarter, and we're only not even 20 minutes into it.
In fact, 19 and a half minutes gone. 4-1 to 1-3. 5 shots to 4. St Mary's have got the goals, 2 of them to Ewing. Here's the little kick by Paredes, didn't get clear. Christian Paper Talk on the clean-up, and he'll put in a second effort. Got it, lost it. Running through hard was Paredes, gets onto the right boot, spears it down in the direction of Ewing, lands on the ground. They're going to have to work here. Districts are under real pressure. That was Wairang back there, and then it spills through under some fearful pressure down there by Saints, and they decided in the end to rush it through Southern Districts and concede the behind.
You can see him really slowing down the kick out here, Charlie, for Southern Districts. They just are struggling just to get their hands on the ball.
Kick out comes, and a nice mark taken there too for Southern Districts, taken by Fishwick. Manning the mark, Ben Rioli. Little kick, Yarran puts on the pressure. Coming through strongly was McFarlane. District's going to get caught with the ball here, perhaps. How's the umpire going to see this? Yarran's got the pressure on. The umpire almost blew it. He's letting it go. He's letting it go a long time. And he calls it to himself.
And with these conditions, Dominic, I think that's what they're letting it go, because in the last game as well, they let it go a number of times and the players just stopped.
St Mary's inside their 50, knocked to ground, knocked on by Williams, and Paredes gets on it. He's got space, Paredes, onto the right boot. He won't miss from there. Caresses it through. Kicks a great goal for Saints.
Here's the floodgates are opening up here for Southern District. St Mary's are just too easy in these conditions as well. They're just picking up the ball at will. Players are finding space at will in the 50. And Paredes, what a pickup. We've spoken about him a number of times. Can't praise him enough, but geez, he just gets himself in the right space at the right time. Kieran?
Yeah, an underrated aspect of Paredes as well is that he is a goal-kicking midfielder. I believe that's his 17th goal for the season in about 14 games. So he can go forward and kick a goal.
Wow.
That's a great stat, Kieran. 17 goals in 14 games. What an asset he's been.
He is like the Diesel Williams of the Carlton days, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's built like it as well.
That's a good call.
Sorry, I've just got a bow.
You're Carlton. I should have said a Collingwood player, jeez.
Ball up in the middle. And Jack Williams going up in that ruck contest there. Actually won it, got it forward. Now back to Wall of Southern Districts. Off the left boot. Reading it well was Eilert. Couldn't take possession. Comes there for Southern Districts to Christian Paper Talk up into 50. Ill-directed. Cut off by Jack Long. In the right back pocket. Where will he go? His target through centre half back, Geary. He was a bit awkward there, was Valance. Didn't take the mark, but he cut it off well. Gets it out towards Jack Long. Long just hammers it towards the boundary, and the umpire
Deliberate.
is going to say deliberate. I don't think that was a deliberate at all, Natasha. Came off the side of the boot, clearly.
He was trying to kick it up to his teammates
Yeah.
up on the wing, and it's just come off the side of his boot in these conditions. Very, very probably lucky call for Southern Districts.
Bo Schwarz has it almost at the 50-metre line as the siren brings the first term to a close. It was one that belonged to St Mary's. 5 goals to 32 to Southern Districts 1-3. Tash Medbury.
Yes, St.
Commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin by purchasing your very own limited edition number plate. All proceeds from the sale will be donated to Legacy NT. To order, visit or call AANT on 08 8925 5901. Authorised by the Northern Territory Government, Darwin.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm blue and far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
Just another beautiful day in the Territory, Hal.
Does it get any better?
Yeah. You guys catch anything yet? Nah, nothing yet. But we're feeling lucky. See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tide. Oh, what could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
This summer, pass your personal best. Pass the time doing things you love. Pass the Sunsense, please. Sunsense SPF 50+ is a very high UV sunscreen sold only in pharmacies that's made right here in Australia for Australian conditions. And for the best price on Sunsense, you can't go past Chemist Warehouse.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience. Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice, still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store.
A wet season day, 19th of February 1942. Imagine 188 enemy aircraft in an attack on Darwin that left hundreds of servicemen and civilians dead. Take time to remember and honour those who fell. Stand proudly alongside veterans at the cenotaph and commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin. 9:30 a.m. Sunday the 19th of February.
Introducing Southern Cross Television's NTFL broadcast partners. TIO, we're for Territorians. Kennard's Hire, making your job easy.
Yeah, mine feels like one now.
They've got to work themselves into position for it.
But it's so inconsistent just where it's falling at the moment.
So Saints here now from their half-back line can bring it out towards the wing. McFarlane in front position, wall of red, black and white behind him. Ball goes to ground. Shannon Rioli on the clean-up, spears it inside 50, gets around the back. It's going to give Ewing a bit of a chance here. He's a long way back. Kintari gets there first. The ball goes to Ewing. Somehow he got clear, then he dropped it when he was tackled. The advantage paid. Southern Districts can clear. Ewing can't believe his bad luck.
Yeah, Kintari was on there as well. He should have given the hand pass, Charlie. That won't work in his favour with Rick Nolan.
Multiple options there he had, and the turnover comes again from Southern District, so he might get another opportunity. Cameron Eilert, ball in hand. Francis Kintari moving through half forward. Now the other moves on. That goes to Geary. Good hands out in front. Couldn't quite take the mark. Coming through well there was Gallio. Got the handball off. Now Kintari spins around, pirouettes, pivots. Tries to get it to Geary. Kick wasn't as good as the pirouette. Geary, however, putting on pressure still with Lionel Ogden. Ogden comes away with it, does well, needs to do well with the kick, puts it on the chest of a teammate. Good play. Districts away from centre wing. No, and it's cut off immediately, and Anthony Wilson will take it right in the middle of the ground.
Anthony Wilson with a lot of space in front of him. Kicks it up towards the half-forward line. Pack of players get back there, knocked onto the ground. Chance to clean up. Sam Smith been busy in this match. Pressure put on him in a hurry by McGrath. Gets on the ground. Smith still working hard. Gave the handball away. Labastida come in. Tried to get it try to knock it out of the hands there of the player there in Worring, and it goes over the boundary line.
Yeah, Southern Districts again, they're trying to work back some of this momentum. It's just not going in their favour, the ball, all the bounce.
So throw in here. Pack gets formed. That throw in's a good one. And the rucks at the back tap it down. They try to get clear with a handball. Clean up work being done there by Brennan. Southern Districts with the kick up the centre half forward. And that's Saints in the way. Kick down towards the goal square. Pack gets underneath. It comes off hands of McGrath and through for minor score.
And the hit on Brennan by Jackson Geary was a big one. I reckon he's got a few sore ribs, Jared Brennan. He was opened right up there.
Yep, he's not looking well at all. Southern District to bring the ball in now after that point. Unsure where to go. Designated kicker. And they put the ball straight onto the chest there of Ben Rioli in front of Ogden. So Rioli with the headgear.
Haven't seen much of him, Dom.
No, I've been playing in defence, Charlie. Give him an opportunity.
Here we go.
Yeah, he used the umpire beautifully there, has the shot at goal. And just as you said you hadn't seen much of him, it hits the post a third of the way up. Gee, the umpire was standing on the inside of Ogden then, and Rioli used him as a shield.
Bit clever.
Very clever.
So the big ball being brought back into play here. Southern Districts with the kick. And the mark taken right on the 50-metre line, parked underneath it. James Wall. He's been good. Wall showing his experience. Tall, lanky player. A bit like Jared Brennan. Has it in the half-back line, then pumps it up towards the wing. It's a good kick. Yaron went hard at it. The fist was a thump. Came from the back there, Jack Long. But Southern Districts can win it, and they turn it straight over the kick they gave to Cameron Islet. You'd think the coach would be saying, why do you keep kicking at the Cameron Islet? He's kicked it out wide, got it to Vallejo, went out wide. Geary gets onto the left boot, curls it around up the half forward. It's a good kick. Pack gets underneath it, ball knocked to ground, handball over the top in the direction there of Roe Duggan. And he gave it off, and they can go with a little kick out towards the far side of the ground and gave it to Paper Tall.
Oh, they're doing well at the moment, Southern Districts, cutting off the play there at half forward for St Mary's. But St Mary's are doing the same at the other end. From Anthony Wilson off to Carl Lowe, the long bomb down at a forward 50. Who wants it? Henry Labastida at the bottom of the pack. Coming through there was Brennan. So too now Fenton. So Fenton on the right boot. The kick is absolutely brilliant. Labastida dropped the slippery ball, got straight back up to his feet, tried to get it out. Pressure comes. McFarlane tapping it off to Wilson. He left it behind. Good pressure here from Districts. Rosier did well. Lost it out here to Wilson. Tripping the light fantastic along the boundary. Tries to kick a goal. Puts it on the chest of Ewing. Completely accidental. Ewing's got it. Francis Kintari makes space. Ewing could have given it to him. Doesn't do so, and he's going to be called back now. He's going to be called back.
Yeah, just took his time there, but this isn't impossible for him. If anyone can kick it, it's Darren Ewing from this pocket.
From the boundary.
Kicked many from here.
Will he go on the right boot? Definitely. He runs out, gives himself a little bit of space, goes on the right boot, curls it around. It's going to be a wonderful looking out of bounds on the full kick from Ewing. Well, that was the build-up. Free kick to Southern Districts.
It was just the drop of the ball, I think. It's a bit heavier, and yeah, that just went way across goal.
So the Crocodiles have it deep in the back pocket. And they're going to come out to this Morris Rioli stand side.
At least that stopped the flow of St Mary's goal kicking.
So they have front position and they can win it. A little kick up towards the wing. Rolls up there. It's Christian Paper Talk looking for it. Didn't get it. Handball out. Good work St Mary's back there through Luke Bath. And again, Southern Districts repel from their half-back line, and Saints sent it straight back again off the boot of Carl Load. Pretty good-looking kick parked underneath at Fred Sleeth, but a terrific mark taken back there. Travis Carroll.
So they've moved him from full forward to put him in the back line. I think the bigger body.
Indeed, Travis Carroll with the long kick. It's going to clear the pack. Vallejo reading that one beautifully and pumping the ball back into forward 50 again. Ben Rioli, good space. McFarlane, protected front spot, had the quick snap on goal. Boundary throw in deep in the right forward pocket.
I'm going to be critical here, but Sleeth could have gone for that a little bit harder at that ball as Ben Rioli was coming back with the flight of the ball. He just pulled out of it and let Rioli take possession of that ball. I thought that was a poor effort.
So throw in here, 5-5. So it's a low scoring match. The first quarter resulted in 6 goals. They haven't added one since, and we've played 9 minutes of it. Forced back over the boundary line there by Jared Brennan. So another boundary line throw in. McFarlane down there. Love to take a grab and kick a goal. He's desperate for one. Ewing's got a couple. Paredes, Kintari and Labastida with goals, and the 1 goal to Sam Smith for Southern District. Throw in here. That's a better throw in. It's a good one. Around to Paredes, snaps around his body, misses out to the left, comes up with a minor score. So still no goals. Almost 10 minutes gone in the second quarter.
Yeah, they're trying to win it back here, but at least they've stopped the flow of the goals, but they're just not getting the reward that they deserve.
Southern Districts now the long kick. The target out there was Wall. Coombs read it beautifully. Pumps the ball back in. Kintari making space. Went for the dry weather mark straight through the hands. The big kick from the Southern Districts defence now out towards the boundary. Schwarz over the ball, pushes it across. And his coach will be very happy with that effort.
Look at the body size there. The difference of the muscle, the muscle of Carl Load against the Southern Districts player in Schwartz.
Great physique, hasn't he, Carl Load? He's the beauty.
He hasn't changed in 15 years, I don't think, Charlie.
He's just done a lot of work in the gym, I reckon. Here's the throw in.
Jack Williams winning that ruck contest too, Charlie.
Knocked it back towards the boundary line. Kick forward here off the boot of Rosier. And the mark taken back there by Yaron. He's been busy today. Yaron spears with the right boot. And he was looking for Paredes. Paredes got blocked out of it, couldn't go. Parked over the top of the footy down there is Jack Williams. Yeah. He's in trouble.
That was there, Charlie, and good work by Jared Brennan. He's a bit frustrated out there. He's probably the only one that's probably giving a 10 out of 10 at the moment for Southern Districts.
So Brennan is going to go short. That's that kick again where he just stands there and just drops it on his boot and kicks it. And it's very effective. He was able to give it off to Wall, who goes to the middle.
The one-step kick.
Goes to the middle and the mark taken now. Henry Armour in front of Shannon Rioli. He kicks long, pumps it deep inside 50. No mark taken there by Valance. Handball comes off from the District's forwards. Sleeth knocking people around, did well, went back in and got the ball, delivered a handball out. What can they do here? No one can pick it up cleanly. Now coming through was Geary. Great kick. Even better mark from Shannon Rioli, who just takes off, has a bounce if you don't mind. Didn't quite come back to him cleanly. Lost the ball. Travis Carroll stole it away. Gave it to Armour. Back to Carroll. Steadied beautifully did Carroll and got it to James Wall at centre wing.
Wall looks and delays the handball. It was a poor one. The look-away handball didn't work. Kicked off the ground by Brennan. It was risky, but he got it up about 30 metres and it worked okay.
How he did that was, and it's still in play. Sorry, I thought that went out.
It's coming away with it. Cameron Island kicks back in the direction of Brennan. Sliding after it was McFarlane. Back to Brennan. Goes with the right hand ball across his body. Delayed it. Gave it off to Roe Duggan. And he kicks a high ball up towards the half-forward line. Good play back there. Gathered in by Christian Papertalk. Went forward with the kick. Clean-up work was Iggy Vallejo. Ball lands on the ground. St Mary's under pressure. Comes out towards Yaron. Breaks away now. Gets onto the right boot. The kick up towards the wings okay. Got in the direction of McFarlane. He's left for pace there, McFarlane. Ball left on the ground. Hard run it was Gallio. Picked up this time by Paredes. Domin gets it in the forward line.
He does get it into the forward line. Ewing, it hit his chest. Couldn't quite grab it. He handballs off beautifully to Kintari. Another quick handball off to Geary. Shepherd in the goal square. It's a behind. Good play, but not quite there.
I think Justin Wilson got a little bit confused where he actually was there, because he could have taken the, tried to attempt to take the mark anyway. I think he thought he was in front of the goalposts.
Lionel Ogden's brought the ball back into play, finds a teammate. They kick up to the middle of the ground. Ben Rioli slapping it away, trying to take possession. Storer tumbles a punt up into forward 50. McFarlane's there, so too Fenton, who couldn't take the mark. Justin Wilson gets it, tackled high, just maintained his position as he always does, and he takes the free kick dead in front, 30 metres out.
He's Justin Wilson, the ferret, as he's known.
Well, he's perfected how to get the free kick for being grabbed high, hasn't he?
Especially just the size of him as well, but he's a smart player.
Kick on goal by Wilson, and he will not be happy with that. A third of the way up, he's hit the post. They've struggled this quarter, Natasha, St Mary's. They can't get clean ball.
They haven't. Southern Districts just aren't being rewarded for the effort that they're putting in, but it's going to crack soon, so I think whoever gets the next goal will have a bit of momentum towards...
Kick there for Southern Districts to take the mark. Umpire blows the whistle. Is McAdam going to get it? Yes, he is. Has it in the back pocket.
Thought that was going to go the other way then for a second.
So McAdam, not much on offer for him. Standing on the mark is Fenton. He comes up towards Paredes. He takes a terrific mark.
3 votes. Just give it to him already.
Gosh. He's such...
And he's asking the umpire for 50.
And now he goes with the ball on the outside of the right boot, inside 50. The ball lands on the ground. Some hard work back there. Wilson got his hands on it. Got a kick when he was tackled. Ball landed on the ground. They can run out of defence now. Christian Paper Talk broke away. Whistle went. A couple of Paper Talks out there. There's Leadham Paper Talk and Christian. Umpires paid the free kick.
Jack Long's come in and remonstrated with Gallio, who was remonstrating with Paredes before that. Paredes just got up and ran to the contest of the ball when Long's come in and just given him a bit of a shove.
Gallio now the long kick, looking for his target in Smith, comes off hands, goes to Long, and then just towed off the ground there by Valance. Did well. Rosier trying to pick up, does do so. Good handball to Valance. Up into forward 50. They should take the mark. They do. Mark taken there for Southern Districts by Fishwick. Has the shot on goal. And unfortunately for them, off target and a behind. So Southern Districts, they move on to 1-4-10. St Mary's 5-7-37. 15 gone in this second quarter.
But they opened them up there in the last couple of minutes.
The kick out by Anstess is good. Coombs takes the mark in front of Sam Smith. Sam Smith kicked a goal in the first quarter. Coombs now from the back pocket sends it out towards the wing. It's a good kick. Underneath it, good hands there, Barker. Barker sent it back. He's got a player up there. Got it to him. Hard tackle over the top. Southern District's player did pretty well to stand that. Knocked on a little bit further there by the other Paper Talk. Lands in the hands this time of Valance. Valance goes across the face of goal and kicks it out of play.
Valance just rushed his kick, Charlie. Probably didn't need to have a little bit more time. Kieran?
Yeah, Jared Brennan absolutely spent down here on the boundary line. He's just sitting down in front of the dugout in a sort of a fetal position, not receiving any medical attention. He's just absolutely buggered.
He spent all his petrol tickets in the first quarter just running from one end to the other. He's an endurance player, but he needs to reserve some of his energy.
Boundary throw in. Knocked to Saints' advantage initially, but then coming away with it for Southern Districts. Matt Duffy puts the ball into a dangerous position, and the knocking of the hands is going to be rewarded, or I should say penalised, and Southern Districts with the reward. So a free kick to be taken inside their attacking 50. Looks like it might be Fishwick there to take that free kick.
Yeah, you're right, Dominic, it is.
So right of centre will have his shot from about 45 metres out.
He's one of those players who puts the mark where he wants to kick the ball from. It's extraordinary, isn't it?
And goes back. I mean, if they can kick this, that's the first goal of this quarter, and they're starting to get some of the momentum back that they've been looking for, Southern Districts.
Fishwick with the shot on goal. Low trajectory drop. Punt is out of bounds on the full. And Natasha, I don't know if it's got anything to do with it, but the wind looks like it's going across the ground, slightly perhaps favouring the end Southern Districts are kicking to.
That's being nice for that kick, Dominic, I think.
Kick out wide, ball knocked towards the boundary line. Jack Long looking for it out there. And
still in.
Jack Williams, rather, looking for it. Southern Districts with a little kick inside 50, but good pick up. Yeah, they've left the ball behind though. Umpires paid a free kick. It's going to be Southern Districts. That's almost a 50 metre, isn't it?
How's that not a 50 then?
Oh, it was knocked out of the Saints player's hand, I think.
Okay.
Okay, the kick inside 50. Well, now it's worked out okay for them because it finishes up with Bradley Valance directly out in front, almost, well, all but directly out in front.
And Natasha, as pleased as Rick Nolan was at quarter time, he won't be pleased right now.
Yeah.
No, and it all started down here when Darren Ewing could have given off the hands to two or three teammates, mainly Kinthari, that would have been a certain goal, and he got caught holding the ball.
Here's Valance from directly out in front, kicks at goal, looks as though he's missed it out to the right.
Gee.
He didn't look at those flags.
Gee, that's where the breeze has gone, as Dominic said. You're right, Dom.
Ball back into play. Iggy Vallejo takes the mark. Left back pocket for St Mary's. Plays on, goes to Geary. Had the little double grab at it. Now he plays on quickly. Anstess, he wasn't ready for it. He has 3 goes at it. Can't take the mark. Ball on the ground. Great pressure here from Southern Districts. Diving in hard. I think that might be Rosier over the ball there with Geary. And the umpire says, I will have it on the pain of 50.
Dominic, you can see the players are tiring.
Yeah.
It's tough out there, isn't it?
It is, but the intensity for Southern Districts has lifted, and Jared Brennan's just got himself back onto the ground, but the intensity wasn't there in the first quarter for Southern Districts.
Ball from the ruck contest went to Wall. His pressure was good. He pushed the ball towards the boundary. Jack Williams gets it for St Mary's. Now they've got a little bit of open space. Ben Rioli, good handball to Paredes. Paredes back to Rioli. Great run. Great ball handling. Now off to McFarlane. Excellent defence there, Southern Districts. Cale Barker, I think that was, did a great job, but St Mary's still in the action. Labastida with the kick. Gets it into forward 50. Now Ogden, the high up and under. Who's waiting underneath that? Who will be able to grab hold of it? Well, it's Southern Districts in the form of Fred Sleeth. Great play from the Crocodiles.
Fred Sleeth has it in the back pocket. He's been invited to play on. Ben Rioli went to steal it off him. He pushed him away and got a half a kick away in the direction of Wilson. Ball lands on the ground. Paredes gets it, spears it inside 50. It's a good kick. He had a target there, but it didn't quite work for him. Bouncing ball lands in the hands of McAdam. McAdam caught in the tackle and lost it. Ball still held up. Paredes doing the hard work out there. Handball comes out, finishes up with Geary a long way out as the whistle goes. It's going to be a St Mary's free kick. I think it's got to come back. Geary got the kick away. Tash, what can you tell us?
Kieran, I think Kieran's got...
Yeah, so Jared Brennan has come back onto the ground, but he's spent the last 5 minutes at a walking pace, sort of doing lazy circles in that centre square. It doesn't look very effective, and it looks like he'll be wanting half-time to arrive.
Well, Saints have got the free kick a long way out from goals.
For a trip, I think, Charlie.
Is that what it was? So here's the kick. 2 kicks out from goal. Lands it inside 50. Pack gets underneath it. Goes over the top. Labastida on the handball. Oh, high tackle over the top there. Real pressure put on Jaden McGrath. Goes to ground. I think he's going to get a free kick out of this. Surely.
I think he was sliding then, I guess, with the conditions here, Charlie. I think he was sliding. If we don't have a replay, but geez, unlucky for the Southern District defenders there, because I reckon he went to step and turn back in and his foot actually gave way and he dropped a bit.
Yes, he just went down a little underneath it, but he's been rewarded with the free kick. Saints have gone 21 minutes without a goal in this quarter. In fact, they've kicked 5 consecutive points. Can he break the goal drought? Runs in and kicks, and he's made the goal umpire work off to his left and comes up with another minor score. You get the yip sometimes and you just can't kick goals, and that's what Saints are going through right at this moment.
Yeah, they're finding it really hard, and full credit to Southern Districts to get himself back in here, but they need to be rewarded with the goal, Charlie. Just got a feeling Southern Districts are going to get away with one.
Ogden called to play on out of fullback. He runs himself all the way to 40. He did a great job. Long kick out towards Christian Papertalk at centre wing. They have the running here, but do they have the players in a position to kick a goal? Yaron cuts it off immediately. This is where they fall down. Yaron picks up. His kick is poor. Wall runs hard at it. Siren sounds. And Charlie, for the second week in a row, Saints go a goalless quarter.
Extraordinary, isn't it?
Unbelievable.
Rick Nolan will not be happy with the that second quarter after we spoke. Kieran spoke to him about the flexibility, but that was a poor quarter. But Southern Districts, credit to them to get themselves back in there, but not rewarded with the goal.
He kicked 6 points to 2 points in the quarter. It was just that sort of quarter.
Saints won the quarter, but both sides goalless. Unbelievable.
So at half-time here, Saints in front, but they've still got some work to do. Not convincing in that quarter. 5 goals, 8 lead Southern Districts. 1 goal, 5. Tash.
We couldn't help them.
Take a week to get the crabs out of the car.
Local knowledge is important, and with a 15% online discount, it's now easier to get TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. TIOFI.com.au. TIO, we're for Territorians.
Life, so full of surprises. But you don't want a headache to be one of them. Get Panadol Rapid from Chemist Warehouse. It's absorbed 2 times faster than regular Panadol tablets, so you won't miss life's special moments. Panadol Rapid. When pain is gone, life takes its place. Available at Chemist Warehouse for the lowest prices guaranteed.
The top end bombed. Ships sunk. Aircraft destroyed. Hundreds killed. For 2 years, bombs fell. Thousands evacuated. Families torn apart. Soldiers might never come home. These are our stories. The Territory remembers as the incredible story of World War II in our own backyard. Authorised by the Northern Territory Government, Darwin.
Intersport, new concept store, now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience. Dedicated sports zones, men's performance, lifestyle, basketball, all new women's zone from running to yoga, and Intersport Kids Zone, all ages, performance footwear and apparel, plus the new dedicated football zone, all year for all codes. For awesome service and advice, come in and see us. The all-new Intersport concept store, Casuarina Square.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace
Great Northern Brewing Co., the beer from up here.
A wet season day, 19th of February 1942. Imagine 188 enemy aircraft in an attack on Darwin that left hundreds of servicemen and civilians dead. Take time to remember and honour those who fell. Stand proudly alongside veterans at the cenotaph and commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin. 9:30 a.m. Sunday the 19th of February.
Introducing Southern Cross Television's NTFL broadcast partners. TIO, we're for Territorians. Kennard's Hire, making your job easy.
And then to go out and do what they did, I just think that was just not the right way to go about it.
They're getting ready here. Do you know what? Out on those islands, there's some more Ross Tungatulums, there's some more Aussie Wannamiris. Do you know, they're out there, and we can't afford not to give them an opportunity. So second half about to get underway. Lacklustre second term there. St Mary's didn't kick a goal, nor did Southern Districts. Let's hope we can get some goals kicked in this second half here. Umpire having a little bit of a look around. So, Dominic, what are we waiting for? They've got to come out and pump the ball up, maybe.
I'm not sure, actually.
I'm not sure what's gone wrong out here.
Having a bit of a look and seeing where things are at. But all the players are certainly ready to go. Yes, it was a point fest, wasn't it, Charlie, in the second quarter?
Unbelievable.
Didn't have a goal fest.
They kicked, 8 points between them.
Yeah.
Ball in the air here. Second half about to get underway. Dominic McCormack.
Storer to go up against Sam Smith. Smith wins it down and wins it well. Districts have been good out of the middle. Coombs puts a bit of body pressure on. Cameron Island over the ball. Geary, quick kick out up towards Francis Kintari at half forward. Did beautifully. Got hold of the ball. Ran through half forward. Long kick on goal. Oh, wow. And he's just kicked that to the right. Scintillating play by Francis Kintari.
Super play. He almost got the goal. Would have been a great goal. The kick comes out towards the 50-metre line, forced towards the boundary line. Umpire says play on. Districts win the footy. Little kick now goes short. At the back was Cameron Island. Got the fist there and did it pretty well. Handball comes out off the left boot. The kick to the top of the goal square. Saints get there in numbers. Loose ball gathered in. That might be McFarlane, was it?
Rioli.
It was Shannon Rioli, in fact. McFarlane there with him, but Shannon Rioli said thank you very much.
And I reckon they got blasted by Rick Nolan, because they've come out and just hit the strap straight away, and they didn't get a goal all last quarter, and here they've got one in the first minute of the third quarter.
I think you're absolutely right there, Natasha, and interesting to see how the forward line was structured up there too. Shannon Rioli was deep, Henry Lapistita was deep, so interesting to see how that goes. Kieran?
Yeah, the breeze has picked up quite considerably over that half-time break. It is blowing, as you mentioned, across the ground towards that Michael Long Learning Centre end.
So my excuses there for the Southern Districts players were spot on. Storer wins the ruck contest on this occasion. Brennan tried to get a handball out, couldn't do so. Good tackle laid there on Gallio by Luke Barth, who we haven't seen much of, so it seems, in this game to date, but good tackle on him there, and the umpire says, I will have it.
Which is unlike Luke Barth, because he usually gets his hands on the ball.
Storer now pushes it forward. Valance couldn't take it cleanly. Sleeth goes in to lay a tackle. High tackle clearly there on Paredes. Not called by the umpire. Geary's in. He's wrestled the ball away. They're trying to get it out. Districts now. Again through Rosier. Does well. Coombs over the ball. Loses out. Rosier tries to get it away again. Duggan's in there too. And Districts fighting very hard. No free kicks. The umpire will take it again. Just forward of centre favouring St Mary's.
Gee, last week when we were here, we saw Jared Stokes come out for Darwin after half-time and just grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck. You can see St Mary's must have got a real roast because they are so switched on at the moment. They're trying to burst this ball away. Too many players around, lands on the ground. A little kick comes out to the vacant wing. Southern Districts will get there first. Little kick off the ground back into the field of play. Diving effort at it there came from Lionel Ogden. She's a good player. Been around for a long time. Paredes wins it onto the right boot. Gets it just over the top. Waiting at the back for it was Shannon Rioli. They got him and nailed him. Tackle put on Gallio. Gallio still looking for the footy. Can't get it. Reached over. Couldn't get it. Handball came out. Luke Barth back into the hands here of Coombs, gave it off to Ben Rioli. He shrugged the tackle, got it onto the right boot, kicked it down towards the goal square, gathered by Ewing. Ewing with the handball to McFarlane, put it right in front of his eyes, and the Super Mac dropped it. Plack comes over the top, and umpire will have to ball it up.
And as soon as Ewing got that ball, he didn't even look to take on his player. He handballed it straight away. I reckon he got a talking to at half time, that's for sure.
McFarlane up in the ruck contest, wins it down. Tackle laid immediately there by Paredes. In fact, it's Fenton laying the tackle, and unfairly so, says the umpire. So the free kick to be taken there, I think it may be McGregor deep in the back pocket.
Might be Rosier, I think.
Rosier. And number 29, his kick lands on the chest of Sleeth, could not take the grab, low down. Quick kick comes out from Brennan from the congestion. High up and under, Geary went through with the fist, hacked it away, goes to Ogden. Jack Long just strips him off the ball.
Oh,
Wilson
God.
tries to come through and take it, couldn't do so. Good handball comes out from Duggan, did well. Looking for a teammate. There may be a push in the back. The umpire's going to call it. Rightfully so, it was there. And the free kick to go to Zach Smith at right half back.
Couple of Smiths in the team.
And a 50-metre
50.
penalty's gone against Anthony Wilson, Charlie King.
And he tried to take off then too, and once the umpire told him to stop remonstrating with the player, he took off. And this will help Southern Districts if they can get a goal here. It's a tight game in these conditions. Just that first quarter.
Zach Smith, not a good kick. Nest of St Mary's players there. Shannon Rioli gets it from McFarlane, gets on the right boot, kicks it deep in the forward line. Ewing stands at the back, gets to the footy, drops it on the right boot, kicks it goal. He can do anything. He's the miracle man. Thank you very much, says Darren Ewing, kicks the goal.
Yeah, third goal to Darren Ewing for this game, Charlie, and that was just too easy. Travis Carroll just couldn't turn and go with Ewing, just reading the ball so well, as we spoke about, as he's smiling there, and I reckon he said something to Travis Carroll as well, because he's laughing as well. Two big men, probably not in their prime fittest conditions, but he just reads the ball so well, especially in these conditions with the bounce that can go anywhere. It can just stop, as we seen last week with a kick for goal that just stopped in the goal square.
So they go back into the centre here again.
Brennan taking his place in there again in midfield. Storer to line up in ruck and up against Smith, I think it might be. It is. Smith wins it down. Rosier being held onto, I thought. Takes possession. Did well. Kicked the ball straight up into forward 50. Taken by Valance. Handballs to Wall. Couldn't get boot to ball quickly enough. Carl Lowe tracking it towards the boundary and just taps it out beautifully. And there's no way. I don't think the umpire's going to call that deliberate, is he, Natasha?
No, that was experience, wasn't it? Any other part of the ground, he'd take possession of that with the one bounce, but he just fumbled that one over the line.
So Southern Districts have it deep in their forward pocket. Early stages of the third term. 7-9 to 1-5. They are desperate for a goal. They kicked the first goal of the match earlier on. It seems such a long time ago when Sam Smith, when they won the ball out of the middle at the start of the game, and they haven't got anywhere near it. Pack gets over this. Tough conditions here. It's been raining heavily in Darwin over the week and big storms today as well. So it's...
We've got a free kick.
Free kick for Southern Districts here. Oh, in fact, it's going to Cameron Island.
I think it's a St Mary's free kick. Cameron Island goes across the face of goals, chips it out to Vallejo. Vallejo with a little kick out further to defensive 50, and Saints will run it out from defence with a handball off to Wilson.
Oh, and the run is all running at the moment. Anthony Wilson, the long kick up there towards Francis Kintari. He is just going to keep going here. Runs inside 50, doesn't take a bounce. The long flying out of bounds on the full shot at goal was horrendous from Francis Kintari, but it looked magnificent.
Oh, just a Rolls Royce. He was on his scooter then, but I think he just lost balance.
You know, Charlie, the one thing I love about him, which is very different to Coombs, he doesn't try and take a bounce across the first 10 metres. He just goes.
Just keeps going, yeah. He puts the foot down, doesn't he? He's a beauty to watch. Here's the kick inside defensive 50. Mark taken. Southern Districts with control of the footy for the meantime, but Ben Rioli has had enough of that. He got there and knocked it away from Rosie and then dived at the footy. Couldn't get it. Handball. They're going to use it well enough to get out of trouble. So Districts can run it out towards the wing. Kick was okay. Here's James Wall, brings it back into the corridor. 5 St Mary's players in there, and he found a teammate. That's extraordinary.
He did indeed. The kick comes out wide. Here he's missed one now. Iggy Vallejo just channeling the ball through his legs, a la a basketball star. Did beautifully. Got the handball off to Fenton. He did it to Ben Rioli.
Clever.
Soccer along the ground to Coombs was clever. Now Coombs to Labastida. Standing out on the wing all by himself. Thumps it long into forward 50. Ewing stays down. So too Geary. Runs through, delivers a handball to Fenton. Fenton out wide to Bath on the left boot. He's kicked a point.
That's a bad miss.
Oh, bad miss.
No pressure on him. Pretty much in front of goal. I'd expect more than a point from that position from Bath.
Well, Saints domination here. They really should kick 20 goals in this match. And we're asking a lot of them, of course, but Districts are going to bring it out. Here's their kick to 50. It's a good long kick too. Cleared the 50-metre line. Whistle went. Free kicks coming out of it.
Well, you say that, Charlie, and they've had 17 scoring shots at goal, plus probably 2 or 3 out of bounds on the full. So that's 20 goals they could have had.
So Districts inside their defensive 50. And they're going to go out wide off the boot there of Fred Sleeth. He was intending it. for Marcus Hamilton. Didn't get it anywhere near him and's rolled out of play.
In these conditions, I'm just not sure. We've seen it last week with Wanderers and Buffaloes just kept using the wing time and time again. Just when you got players on in the corridor, get it down there. These conditions.
Boundary throw in. Almost one to the back there by Jack Williams, the unlikely ruckman. Jackson Geary now picks up, delivers up to McFarlane. Couldn't take the mark. Justin Wilson gathers, steps and pirouettes, kicks, and he's going to be a free kick down the ground, I think. And it's on here between McFarlane and one of the district's defenders because Wilson is still down. The free kick has been paid and it is going to be a downfield free kick by the motions there from the umpire. Now, Saints don't need to be doing anything silly here.
And Henry Armour.
Yep, Henry Armour's in there. McFarlane's lost his shirt. He's lost his Guernsey. He's an angry man, and Brennan, in fact, is the one keeping him out of it. Who's the one he's remonstrating
after Duffy.
with?
He's after. Oh, I think it's Duffy that he's after.
It is Matt Duffy. It is. Not happy with him at all.
So he's just looking like he's about to do a calendar shot. Peter McFarlane with the shirt ripped and a bit of mud on him.
One of those fireman calendars or something. Here's the little kick. So he's got to come off McFarlane. He can't stay on there without his Guernsey on, can he? Doesn't he need to be sent off? He really does, doesn't he? You can't play without a shirt on. I don't know what the rule. Gee, that's a late tackle. That's a heavy tackle late. Saints are getting caught up in this and they shouldn't. Southern Districts have got it into the hands of Duffy. Duffy stands and waits and then gives the handball off to the player going past in Wall. Wall chips forward, knocked away in defence.
This is silly.
Meanwhile, there's a big scuffle going on back downfield. Ball forced over the boundary line. This is really silly stuff. It really is. Shirts getting torn off. Come on, fellas, play footy.
And the runner, I guess, I think that's Renouf, isn't it? Yeah, the Hawthorn Premiership player. He's actually gone into that. I didn't think they were allowed to go into a melee.
Now, McFarlane has grabbed Coombs and got right into him. I think Coombs could have a word to McFarlane as well. They both had their Guernseys almost ripped off. Meanwhile, play goes on, Dom.
Play does go on. Hamilton, in fact, it was paper talk, delivers the ball well into forward 50. Districts with an opportunity here, but John Anstey's controlling the player and the ball. Luke Bath tapped it sideways. Now coming through was Fishwick. Good handball off to a teammate. The kick off the ground was poor, and the mark taken in defensive goal square by Jack Long. Whips it out immediately now to Cameron Islet. Saints getting sucked in here to the silly stuff when they don't need to. Ball kicked out wide to Anthony Wilson. Dropped a mark he perhaps should have taken. Good shepherd put on here by Paredes. Wilson gathers, steps one way, gets away from his opponent, off to Paredes. Then kicks off to, on the wing there is Francis Quintari. Had to go for the run, stepped around an opponent, delivered the ball well there to Justin Wilson. Takes the mark inside forward 50. Calling for the ball, Fenton. Wilson looking to pass, and the District's defence comes through well and cuts him off.
They kick it out wide to alongside the boundary line. Wilson going back there, hoping to rectify. I don't think he can do it though, because he hasn't got the ball in his hands. The little kick goes into the centre of the ground, pushed out a little wider there. Yaron onto the footy for Saints, gets onto the right boot, stab kick to Coombs was pretty good. Inside 50, Quintari rather, takes the mark. So Coombs and McFarlane off looking for new Guernseys. Let's find out what Kieran can tell us.
Number 32 he's got now.
McFarlane's now number 32. We did sit down for about a couple of minutes there talking to Michael Coombs. Great leadership there from Peter McFarlane. Went straight over to him.
Yeah, he had his arm around him as well, down on one knee, and basically was really, and that's where we say what makes St Mary's great is that leadership there. He knows he probably got involved a bit too much, Peter McFarlane, but he's gone and spoken to the younger player.
So here's the shot from straight out in front. It's a good kick. It's a goal. So Saints have waited a long time for it, and Quintari delivers, kicks his second for the match.
Yeah, and it all started with the down here on the wing as well. And just St Mary's, just the leadership, the experience that we're talking about, that they got a little bit caught in the discipline stuff by Southern Districts that are really niggling them, trying to, get the game back, but it's just getting kicked away here. So St Mary's don't want to get themselves into any trouble because finals is just around the corner and you don't want to see a suspension.
Yes, well said, Natasha. St Mary's well in control of this game and they do not need to be involved in the silly stuff that we've just seen. Peter McFarlane back onto the ground wearing number 32. Carl Barker goes and picks him up. Central umpire waiting for, I think, the water boy to get out of the way in the middle. Jack Williams up in ruck, amazingly. He's the relief ruckman. District's coming through strongly here. Good tap forward there by Clinton Gallio. Now the kick forward to Valance. Off the hands, paper talk. Has ball in hand, kicks beautifully. Set it up for Sam Smith, couldn't take the mark. Anstess soccers it through for a behind.
Towards Yaron has front position. Plenty of players get around him. Wilson wins it across half-back, links it up through Yaron, runs from the half-back line onto the right boot, spears it up towards the wing just short of, and the mark taken there by Fulton. Fulton's kick goes long. Down there is McFarlane, wins it. McFarlane couldn't get clear. Kick over the top. It's a rolling ball here with that man Paredes running hard at it. He didn't get it though, Paredes. He left it behind.
He's got it now.
Now he's got it. Onto the right boot he goes. Snaps it out wide. Curls it back. He's got the goal. Oh, I thought he was going to miss. No, he doesn't.
Second goal to Nathan Paredes, and St Mary's are on fire here. After not kicking any goals in the second quarter, they've kicked their fourth of this quarter. Great play. And Michael Coombs has come back on after cooling down. Let's hope he just goes out there and plays his footy. Great player for St Mary's, and they'll be looking for him in the finals, so he doesn't want to get himself into any trouble.
Will he be in trouble, Natasha, do you think, from that incident?
From what I've seen,
not the on-field, the off-field.
No, the off-field. I think from what I've seen, it will be getting looked at.
Ball back in the middle already. The central umpire looking to keep things moving here. Storer in ruck for St Mary's. Wall, the ruckman who will line up for Southern Districts. Big men go up. Neither of them timed their run well. In the middle, Geary got a quick handball out to a teammate. The handball comes through the legs, and Paredes, in fact, will take a free kick for a high tackle. In fact, it's gone to Geary. Can't go to Geary. It's got to go back to Paredes here.
He's tried to steal a free kick there.
He has tried to steal a kick there, Geary.
Doesn't need to. He gets enough of them as it is around the ground. Such a wonderful player, Geary.
15 and a half minutes into this quarter. Saints leading 9-10-64. Southern Districts 1-6-12. Paredes now. The low trajectory drop punt up to Peter McFarlane. He keeps presenting. He let the ball go. It came to McGrath. He ducked into the tackle, I thought. Play on, says the umpire. And Geary, the recipient of the handball, gives it straight on the chest to that man again, Darren Ewing.
He plays
on, runs on, hits the post 2/3 of the way up, went to snap. He's not happy, and I doubt whether his coach will be all that happy with that effort either, Natasha.
No, it was a little bit lazy after he attempted to play on the first time, and I think Travis Carroll was right. The umpire didn't call it, but then he's gone a bit lazy again and hit the post.
So Districts to bring the ball from defence outside 50. That long kick's a real good one. Lands on the ground, gave McFarlane a chance to get it. He overran the footy. In goes Geary. Got the handball away out to Yaron. Yaron got clear there. Valance was after him. He gave the handball away. Saints to bring it inside 50. Sitting underneath the footy, Shannon Rioli reads it beautifully. That is a terrific
what a
mark. There were a dozen in contention, I reckon. Only one read it well. Only one got joy. Shannon Rioli.
And in these conditions as well, just goes to show the class of the man. Love watching Shannon Rioli play.
Go back and kick a goal. I remember being at the footy with my 8-year-old nephew once, and he must have heard someone else said it. He was watching the footy, and he said to the player when he took a mark, "Go back and kick a goal, son." He said, I said, "You must have heard that somewhere else." Here's Shannon Rioli.
That's cute.
He's at a pretty tough angle. He's a good kick of the footy. What a classy player he is. Kicks at goal. Made the goal umpire work a little bit, but not enough to stop the goal. And they pile them on, Saints. They've kicked their fifth for the quarter. Shannon Rioli with one.
And is that Shannon's second for the third quarter? Yeah, second for the third quarter. And it's raining goals here for St Mary's after having a drought in the second quarter. I mean, what do Southern Districts do? This is where you need to match of, going into the finals, Charlie and Dominic, of where you actually are. And I think just watching this game is that Buffaloes are above Southern Districts. Oh, for sure.
This will leave a psychological scar. I tell you, if Southern Districts just come away with 1 or 2 goals from here, that's going to knock their confidence to bits, isn't it?
No, I agree. Storer wins a ruck contest. Districts, however, push it forward. They've done well. Rosie, a good clash there with Coombs. They've pushed the ball across half forward. Ben Rioli puts his body in. Districts again, no. Here's Valance. He comes through well. Good handball out by Fishwick. Rosie is in there. So too Duggan. Jake Rowe Duggan. Fishwick again working hard. Got the ball through, but the umpire says he didn't dispose of it correctly. Free kick will come back here and go to Luke Bath.
So Luke Barth not sure where to go. Went to go, changed his mind, went back. He's still hugging that far side of the ground. He goes out in front of the scoreboard. Big kick, punched away from the fence. I think it was an attempt to mark, but then went over the boundary line out of play. 10-11 to 1 goal, 6.
They just don't have enough quality players. I mean, we look at the who stood up for St Mary's, and they've had an even spread. But, you know, Joe Brennan's trying his best. But I just had to look to see if Marcus Hamilton was still out there, and he is, but he just hasn't got his hands on the ball since the first quarter.
Ball from the ruck contest, flicked out, now taken by Fenton. Feeds it out towards Kintari, stolen by Luke Barth, driven into forward 50. Ewing underneath the ball. Carroll did well to punch it away from him. McFarlane working hard to keep it in there. They're close to the boundary. Barker just runs it straight across the boundary. And the umpire says, that's fine. You can throw that in.
Kieran?
Yeah, I guess one positive that you could take out of it is as Peter McFarlane hasn't been too effective tonight, Cale Barker was told by Rusker to man on him, and he has done a pretty good job.
Might have been the frustration that bubbled over for Peter McFarlane, rather. So the pack gets over the top of this ball now. It's down in the St Mary's forward line. Kintari there for it. Comes out the back. Handball across. Stolen by Southern District. Did pretty well too. That's the other paper talk. Kicks it out wide and then out of play. That's the next kick that comes out of defence. Has really got to find targets, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And that's out of bounds on the full as well. So in it comes back again for St Mary's.
Saints were still the pressure on. Benny Rioli underneath it, couldn't take the mark. Got through his hands and out of play for a throw-in.
And didn't he use his body so well in that contest? I mean, he you know, he's quite a slim player, but he's just so smart and so clever. Just knows the right positions to get into where the ball drops.
Dismal performance here tonight by Southern Districts. Here's the throw-in. Saints have it deep down their forward line. McFarlane with a little touch on it. Geary got it, couldn't get clear. Lying on the ground, got the handball away. Gathered in this time by Fenton. Fenton gets around the corner, kicks it up inside 50. And then the kick came straight out to Carl Lode, who cuts it off outside 50.
Oh, Carl Lode read that beautifully, took the mark, pumps it into forward 50. The lead was from McFarlane again. He just got himself under the ball. Good pressure being placed on now by the Southern St Mary's forwards. Under pressure there was Matt Duffy, still under pressure. Fenton comes away with it, needs to go by hand. Tried to delay the handball to get it to Wilson. It was then cut off. The quick kick out near towards Jack Williams near the boundary. Keeps it in, goes with the right boot, did well. Geary takes the mark at left half forward. Will steady, he's in the boggy patch. McFarlane still offering the lead, still working hard. He goes in that direction. The pack forms. And McFarlane, has he taken it? No, he hasn't. Not called. He's remonstrating with the umpire. District's working hard. Fred Sleeth releases by hand. Comes out wide. Saints still with an opportunity here. And the mark taken after a great kick. Goes to Ewing. He plays on quickly. And he kicks his fourth. 2 goals in the first, 2 goals in this third quarter.
Wow. And John Ansis, I think, with the dinky kick in, instead of blazing away at goal, Charlie, he looks for the better option. And Darren Ewing, I mean, that's just team play, and that's what makes St Mary's is the leadership and the experience, but just the team, thinking team first, a lot of these players. And Peter McFarlane, unlucky not to be called a mark. That's twice now, I think he's
got the big smile on the face there too.
He's just letting Jackson Geary know that, he had their hands on it. And
I don't think they look after McFarlane. I reckon his marks could be paid to him, really.
2-3 bites of the cherry, Charlie, and I think half the time he does, and then it sort of gets knocked to ground. But, got to go with the umpire's call.
Yes, they've got the whistle. We haven't, Tash, have we? Trying to run the ball out of here. Southern Districts can't get it clear. Ewing gave the handball, Eilert gave the handball to Paredes, who kicked it inside 50. Wilson getting across to Justin Wilson. Dives on the footy there. He's done pretty well, Justin Wilson, to hold it up. Just as Southern Districts were trying to get clear. And the ball held up, and it's Wilson at the bottom of all of that. He just really switched on there, didn't he? Worked very hard to keep that ball down in that Saints forward line.
They all work hard to get, ground level into the hard contests as well. Oh, look at that.
Cameron Eilert just charging
bursting through that ruck contest. Ball to Henry Labastida. Magnificent play and a magnificent out of bounds on the full again.
Where's he been, Cameron Eilert? The next minute he's just burst through the pack, reads the ball so well and off off he goes.
Well, speaking of reading the ball well, there's from the kick out, from that out of bounds on the full free kick. Justin Wilson again ran so hard. He's not fast, but he read it. He knew where it was going and he wanted it. Pumps it inside 50. Geez, Peter McFarlane smashed in the back. He almost took the grab. No free kick. Southern Districts work their way now out of defence.
McAdam has it in the back pocket, steps nicely back into play. Now he gets on that little trusty left boot, measures upfield, kick to the 1-on-2, ball left on the ground. Paper Talk doing the good work, handballed over the top and getting in the way Storer, but he didn't get to the footy. The footy beat him over the boundary line for a throw-in. 11-11 to 1-6.
As good as Justin Wilson's been today, he's another one that would be playing for his spot. There's no Cooper out there. There's a few small forwards that are missing from the St Mary's line. Poor Jimmy. Poor Jimmy.
Throw in at the back. Shannon Rioli with the handball. Did it pretty well. Kicked it to Fenton. Fenton went further across. Gave it off to Wilson from a long way out. Kicking for goal. Misses again. Comes up with a minor score.
Gee, wonderful kick with a wet ball.
Oh,
yeah.
That was from easy one step on 50.
Anthony Wilson. Like watching him play.
Yeah, so do I. He's exciting.
Districts now to bring the ball back into play. Travis Carroll it is. Tries to drive it low and hard. That goes out towards the boundary. It's either going to be out of bounds on the full or Anthony Wilson to take it. It's the latter, and then they're going to take him. Good pressure. Well done by the defender out there, Fred Sleeth. He didn't get caught there by the shimmy, Natasha.
Yeah, the bigger man, and it usually wiggle of the hips and Wilson's gone, but he did well. Just pressured him and corralled him to the sideline.
Anthony Wilson was praying for it to go out of bounds so he'd get the free kick because it came in from a point kick out. His Paper Talk over the top of the footy. In went Eilert, knocked it away from him. Great tackle, Eilert again. Got there for a second effort, was terrific. Whistle goes. Fenton got the footy, but it's Eilert's going to get the free kick. Geez, a good player, isn't he, Cameron Eilert? He is a ripper.
Big difference as well as the second and third efforts that the St Mary's players actually are putting in tonight.
Kick inside 50, ball bounces on the ground. Oh, Wilson's run into an elbow, goes to ground and will draw the free kick. I think it was unintentional, but the elbow was up. It's always a dangerous thing to do. And Justin Wilson's going to get the free kick. The umpire patted his backside then. I thought he was reaching for the book, but that's not what he was doing. Wilson's got it for after the siren. 11-12 to 1-6. So they've kicked 6 goals in this quarter.
This can make it 7, and this is gettable. He need his best kick with a heavy ball. Justin Wilson, he's been knocked around in this third quarter as well.
He would love to kick this. He loves these opportunities. He crosses 50. Very deliberate. He can kick a footy. He's got hold of it. He's given it a good old roost. I reckon he's kicked it. He has. He's gone back. Wilson kicks the goal after the siren at three-quarter time and gives Saints the big lead. 12-12 to 1-6. It's lopsided. Districts in front. Comment from Natasha Medbury.
Yeah, great quarter by St Mary.
Commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin by purchasing your very own limited edition number plate. All proceeds from the sale will be donated to Legacy NT. To order, visit or call AANT on 08 8925 5901. Authorised by the Northern Territory Government, Darwin.
Time to escape, cause I'm in need of warmer weather. Sail upon the stream to find there's someplace better. And I'm blue far and wide.
Great Northern Brewing Co. The beer from up here.
Just another beautiful day in the Territory, yeah?
Doesn't get any better.
Yeah. You guys catch anything yet? Nah, nothing yet. But we're feeling lucky. See you later.
Road tyres.
Yeah, soft sand.
And a 7-metre tide.
Oh.
What could possibly go wrong?
Plenty.
Local knowledge is important. Talk to us about TIO Comprehensive Car Insurance. Call us today on 131 TIO. TIO, we're for Territorians.
This summer, pass your personal best. Pass the time doing things you love. past the SunSense, please. SunSense SPF 50 Plus is a very high UV sunscreen sold only in pharmacies that's made right here in Australia for Australian conditions. And for the best price on SunSense, you can't go past Chemist Warehouse.
Intersport, new concept store now open in Casuarina Square. Come in and check out a world-class shopping experience. Now stocking only the biggest brands in tennis, cricket, fitness from treadmills to benches, boxing, swimming, darts, pool and table tennis. For awesome service and advice, still locally owned and operated, the all-new Intersport concept store. Now open at Casuarina Square.
A wet season day, 19th of February 1942. Imagine 188 enemy aircraft in an attack on Darwin that left hundreds of servicemen and civilians dead. Take time to remember and honour those who fell. Stand proudly alongside veterans at the cenotaph and commemorate the 75th anniversary of the bombing of Darwin. 9:30 a.m. Sunday the 19th of February.
Introducing Southern Cross Television's NTFL broadcast partners. TIO, we're for Territorians. Kennard's Hire, making your job easy.
Underneath the ball there was McFarlane. Eilert there trying to crash through. Ben Rioli taken down. Good tackle there. That's defence for Southern Districts working hard. Parides getting a quick kick out. Ewing waiting for the ball at ground level. Kintari tracking it towards the boundary line. It'll be a boundary throw in close to the left behind post.
If they get anything like the 7 goals that they got in the last quarter, we're looking for an absolute blowout here. Southern Districts can't get a goal. Remember they scored the first goal of the game within the first couple of minutes.
And Ewing, he's a great reader of the spillage, isn't it? It didn't come to him that time. Here's the throw in. They can knock it to ground. Some good work done there by Liam McGregor. Got high to the footy along the boundary line, running in hard for it. Lionel Ogden continues to try, dived at the footy, couldn't get it. Got by Parides, works his way out of trouble. Onto the right boot he goes, curls it up in towards the forward line, knocked to ground. Hurried kick by Southern Districts out towards the 50-metre line. Getting there first Here's that man Coombs, got it out towards Carl Lode. Lode with the handball over the top. Labastida thought about kicking, gave the handball off. Snapshot from almost directly out in front, misses out to the right, and Kintari comes up with a minor score.
And classy hands there, the effort by Michael Coombs as well, the second and third effort, but the hand passes there, just always looking for a teammate in a better position.
Travis Carroll with the quick kick in, putting his teammate under pressure. Pressure's come from Ben Rioli. Spill edge to Ewing. Goal. First of the quarter.
Wow.
Kick 5.
Wow, 5 goals. Just an easy 5 goals. It could have been probably 7. He hit the post and gave away holding the ball that probably was an opportunity that was on. Kieran?
Is this the most dominant performance of any club this season in any game?
Oh, I'd think so. I mean, it hasn't been pretty in any way, but they have dominated, haven't they, Dominic? They've just dominated all facets of the game.
Gee, I don't know. There's been some blowouts. I mean, St Mary's beat, I can't remember who it was now, Waratah by 140 or something early in the season.
I don't think a team's been kept to 1 goal, have they?
Oh, look, that's true, and it is another team in the final. So fair call, right. Kieran.
Yeah, it's not a Palmerston or a
that's
Tiwi.
true. So from the middle, they tried to get out with the footy. Sam Smith couldn't get it. It's another win out of the middle by St Mary's. A long kick down inside 50, bounces over the top. Chance here for the ball to come out towards Cameron Islet. He was up in the back line. Now he's clear. Now he gets onto the left boot. They pushed him just as he got the kick. Got it out towards the boundary line. It stayed in the field of play. And Southern Districts with the little chip kick can keep it down there. And they get it off to Gallio. Seen a bit of him tonight. From the back pocket, spears it out towards half back. And the mark taken out there for Southern Districts. Where will they go? Nothing upfield. He's trying to call his teammates forward. They aren't going for him. This is Roe Duggan. And then he goes with that right foot kick. Got lots of elevation on it out wide. And John Anstess got there with the no-nonsense double fist to the boundary line.
Yeah, it's wasn't Southern Districts, they beat St Mary's earlier on in the season?
Yeah. Round 2 or 3 or something like that.
Saints had lost to Nightcliff and to Southern Districts.
And to Southern Districts, the only 2 teams.
In the first 3 rounds.
Yep.
So boundary throw in now, right in front of the scoreboard. Good ruck win there by Storer. Got it out to a teammate who was then unceremoniously belted to the ground. Districts take possession, kick up towards half forward. Punch away there by Wall. Good kick into forward 50 for Southern Districts. What can they make of it? Nothing. Wonderful tackle. Sensational by Luke Barth. The ball spills to Fenton, and his kick is excellent to Francis Kintari. Did not break stride, just kept running. Kick then was a shocker. Shannon Rioli straight through. Soccer off the ground to the advantage of Kintari. Has metres of space. Pick up, steady. Kick again is a shocker. Clears the legs of Travis Carroll. The District's defenders spoil themselves. Shannon Rioli picks up and kicks a goal.
As easy as you like. Geez, it wasn't that great team play as they go over to Kintari. There was 3 kicks in that he just couldn't lift off the ground. They were like mollygobbers going across the ground. But Shannon Rioli, he's seen the first kick. 3 goals to Shannon Rioli, and he's seen the first kick that Kintari was looking inboard for him near the 50 there, and he miskicked it, and Rioli knew what he was doing, come with the Manchester United, the soccer club that he follows over, and kicked it back to Kintari, and then he was there at the right spot. But great body work and shepherding by Darren Ewing as well in the goal square to make room for Shannon Rioli to get that goal.
So Shannon Rioli's got 3, Darren Ewing's got 4, Nathan Paredes has got 2, and Kintari have got 2. Have done all the damage for St Mary's. They try to win it out of the middle. They're not going to get it. They might get a free kick, though.
No, they've given it away, Charlie, for a throw.
And Jack Williams, he's been brilliant in the ruck. I must say that Storer, when he's chopped out with Storer, I think Jack Williams has actually been the better ruckman.
Incredible. But it is the St Mary's free kick out of the middle.
It is. Yep. Yeah.
So they're going to get
and we're talking about a Jack Williams that is usually a wingman or a halfback.
On baller.
Yeah, he's brilliant player.
Well, Nolan told us he was going to play them all in different positions. He wants them to be to be able to play anywhere. Here's McFarlane onto the right boot. I'd like to see him down on the back line. Kicks it up to Ewing on the slide, takes a mark. So Ewing directly out in front. This is a big night for Darren Ewing. He's signalled his return to this team. He's got 5 goals already. He kicked 6 in these conditions. That's a good effort.
Yeah, it is.
And we're only 5.5 minutes into the quarter, Charlie, so there could anything with the raining of goals that we're having, he could kick more.
And Charlie, the other part about that passage of play too, McFarlane worked hard all night, hasn't kicked a goal, took that mark beautifully, wheeled around, perfect kick to Ewing.
Gave the perfect kick to Ewing.
Just worked so hard.
Yeah,
how many times has that happened?
Honour the work of McFarlane, and he rarely misses, and he doesn't miss this time. He's got 6, and Saints just showing how good they are. There's a big gap between them and the rest of the competition. We're not getting a real idea, though, with Southern Districts here. They're a well-beaten side at the moment.
Oh, well-beaten. And just to still only one goal. They haven't. They've only scored a point since half-time. I mean, it's deflating, but, you know, heading into finals, it's going to stay in your head. It's going to rock this team. And, I mean, they've done well to cement a fourth spot in the ladder. But, geez, with this performance tonight, you got to ask yourself that, you know, the games that they won earlier on in the season have helped them cement that spot.
Well, if you're drawing a graph, they're the one team that has really just continued to drop down after that great early season form of theirs.
Saints with the kick out from half back. Now out to Yaron. Yaron takes possession at right centre wing. Receiving directions from all his teammates now. Went to chip, was smothered by Bo Schwartz. Well done by him. Yaron tracking the ball to the boundary line, but well done there. Bo Schwartz just kept at him then, Natasha.
Yeah, he did. And he's done all right tonight. Not a big body player. Looks like a young player.
Perfect match against this Yaron there. He's the throw in directly down in front of us. I think they've sent Eilert into the ruck. He does get the tap there. Jack Williams is the rover. He kicked it off the ground up towards half forward. Gathered in that time by Lionel Ogden. Playing across half back. They can get it across the centre half back. Finishes in the hands there of Barker, who's been pretty good tonight. He plays on from centre half back. Whistle's gone. It's going to have to come back.
The umpire's seen something down here.
There's no doubt that Justin Wilson, I think, has put down one of the district's players who's still on the ground.
I think it's Zach Smith.
Yep, I think you'll find Zach Smith's been dealt with here by Justin Wilson.
Which is, I mean, if this is something that's going to come across the tribunal as well that they're going to have to look at, it's just silly play. Experienced player, when you're heading into the finals, you're 14 goals up.
But I've got to say, Justin Wilson, then when he was walking away, had culprit written all over him. I've got to say. Here's the kick out towards the wing. It's going to go out of play.
It would be hard defending him if you were a lawyer, wouldn't it?
Oh. Yep.
It was not me, sir.
Yep. Ball out of bounds in front of us here.
He stayed down too. He's not up, Smith.
And the ruck contest, Jack Williams putting up his hands and saying, fellas, I'll do it. I come up to Jack Wall's shoulder, but that's all right. I'll do it. In he goes, puts the body in. Wall wins it, gets it down there to Fishwick initially. Now the quick kick from St Mary's coming up through half forward. Bounces close to the boundary line and over for a boundary throw in. 55 metres around between right half forward and right forward flank. And the umpire's just telling, I think, that there's been a report.
Yeah, I think he is as well. Which is I didn't see the book come out.
I think they just got informed. Boundary throw in. Good one it is too. Williams up high but beaten for it by Wall. Coombs goes in strongly, gets the possession, gets the handball away as well. Williams in there against Gallio, and Williams went to tackle when Gallio did not have possession. Gallio takes the free kick, and fair enough too.
Kicks it out to Waring in front position there. Got his hands on the footy. Didn't take the mark. Kick up towards the wing. Lands here for Luke Barth onto the left boot. Wobbles it around the corner. Down towards the 50-metre line. Bouncing ball. Good work in defence. Handed out there to Armour. Armour goes to the corridor with a good kick. Set it up for his teammate. If it will set, you think it will. He's running pretty hard, Jake Roe-Duggan. Got him from the back. Kintari run him down and caught him. Stopped him in his tracks. Little paddle back there was cleverly done by Guy Vallejo to Kintari again. Handball over the top. Gave it off to Cam Islet. Whistles going everywhere. Cam Islet on the charge. Onto the right boot. Gets it up towards 50. Kick got right over the back. Running hard at it. Jared Brennan wins the footy. Goes along the boundary line with the kick. Only St Mary's in the way there. This is Gearing. Spears it in. Great kick. Gives it off, and the mark taken down there by Darren Ewing, is it?
No, Fenton.
Fenton, rather. Ewing's gone back in the goal square, and Fenton has it on a slight angle, almost directly in front. Well, a little worse than that, but not impossible for him to kick it from there.
No, not impossible, Charlie, and they should go back and slot this one for St Mary's to give them their 16th goal. Wow.
What a scoreline. If you've just joined us, look at that, 15-13 to 1-6. Bear in mind that they kicked the first goal of the match, Districts. This kick is...
It's a goal.
It's a goal. So Fenton gets a goal. It gets his first for the match.
The goal umpire did not move. And in these conditions, to kick so far 17 goals in the game is just districts put to St Mary's in the second quarter for no reward. You know, they showed effort and they showed heart, but I just don't know where they can go from here. I know they're playing a great side and a brilliant team. That's intensity for the ball is unbelievable at times, but it's just unreal, just the game they're playing.
16-13 to 1-6. Wow, lopsided game of footy.
Trent Store up and ruck, wins it down. Fishwick takes it out of the contest, releases by hand. Districts working their way through well in the middle. Schwarz had it, was stripped, and now he's going to receive a free kick for being held onto there by Geary. So Schwarz in midfield needs to find a teammate. He's got a few short options, no one really working for him long. Now does kick long out wide, looking out here for McAdam. Challenge between he and Yaron, close to the boundary line. Yaron's putting on the pressure, did well, so did McAdam. Got the handball away, did beautifully to Valance. Now being pursued by Fenton. Lost the ball, dropped the ball. Fantastic tackle by Fenton.
Oh, wow. Just the body work then.
Super play, wasn't it? So here's Long going backwards, goes right back to full back. And Saints can work it onto the other side of the ground. There's nothing they can't do. Here's McGrath. Runs the defensive 50, comes into the corridor with the kick, a good one. Gave it to Kintari. Just took it a little too easily, dropped it. Islet had to get her on the clean-up. They got to him, tackled him, and he went to ground with the footy. Some hard work being put in there by McGregor. Now Paper Talk emerges with the footy. He's got a player out wide all by himself. Parked underneath the footy was Wall, but Anstess got there and put an end to his chances. Handball over the top was pretty good. Gave it to McGrath. Comes out of defensive 50 up towards the wing. Finds Shannon Rioli in some space. Looks upfield, then steps back in, looks to the corridor. That's where he's going to go. The kick's a pretty good one. It's going to drop for Paredes. He couldn't get it. Hard run in defence. Southern District's working pretty hard back there. That was good work, Lionel Ogden. You expect that from him and you get it every week. Fred Sleeth wins it and kicks it up the corridor.
Nice little chip out wide by Duffy there. Went to a teammate in Paper Talk. Swings around onto the right boot. Up through centre half forward now. The high flyers. Valance and Jack Long. The ball hits the ground. Iggy Vallejo will be first there. Tried to paddle it forward. Pressure put on by Jack Long. Paper Talk got it out to Sam Smith. Errant handball finds Geary. Geary the high up and under with the right boot. Francis Kintari underneath it. Needed to stand his ground and did so. District's defence, they've smacked it forward.
Well
Coombs, great shepherd by Shannon Rioli. Coombs gathered, pops it up to the advantage of McFarlane. Flies at it, who's down? Geary's there. McFarlane coming through again. So too Districts in the form of Barker. Did well, took possession and got it out to centre wing.
Barker's kick was a pretty good one. He found Christian Paper Talk. Onto the right boot he goes. Good kick, okay. Mark taken out there by Valance. He's been okay, Valance. He's tried hard. Kicks it inside 50. St Mary's get in the way. Carl Lowe doing some clean-up work. Iggy Vallejo got it out towards Islet. Handball out further. That was Storer involved in that. Vallejo comes away with it. Kick out towards the half-forward line. Gets right over the top. Waiting at the back, Shannon Rioli has the chance to have a little bit of a look. Spears it inside 50 and gave it off to Justin Wilson. Takes a strong mark there. Matt Duffy going back on the mark.
Peter McFarlane, that last contest, he knew Shannon Rioli was at the back then. Instead of going for the mark, Charlie, he's punched the ball back beyond the pack, went straight to Shannon Rioli, who's passed to Justin Wilson. That is why they're such a good team. The 1%ers they do are absolutely brilliant.
15 minutes gone. Justin Wilson yet to kick a goal in the match. That's 50. This will test him. He gets close to the man on the mark, gets plenty of elevation and then sacrifices accuracy and comes up with a minor score. 16-14, I think that is. Now to 1 goal, 6. Remember, Wanderers kicked 17-14. Be interested to see if Saints can do better than that. Kieran?
Yeah, Cale Barker came off the ground there to applause from the supporters. He's probably been Southern District's best on ground today.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that.
Well, a free kick given here. About 45 metres from goal. Good tackle laid there by Peter McFarlane. Just hard work. And now looking for options. The shot at goal or to pass off. And he'll go short. They've left unmarked, can you believe it? Darren Ewing, deep in the left forward pocket.
They obviously want him to kick 7 goals.
Clearly looking for him to kick 7. Tries to step around, does do so. Now goes with the little chip and finds Storer, the double grab. No, he was hoping for it to be out of bounds, but it's out of bounds on the full. Brennan takes the free kick. His casual hack Upfield, not taken there by McAdam, taken by Ben Rioli, runs toward goal and just makes that look so easy. That's a beauty from Ben Rioli.
He sold the candy down here on the wing with the Southern Districts player and just took it on himself and kicks it from 45 metres out, and as soon as it left his boot, he knew that was going through the goals. Geez, he loves kicking a goal.
Oh, it's one of the beautiful sights in footy, isn't it, watching Ben Rioli get control and kick the goal.
He's such a quality player on and off the field, you know, a great man, great person, laughable personality as well, always willing to have a chat and always smiling. You never see him sort of get too frustrated, and when he does, it takes an awful lot.
So say here, Wanderers kicked that exact score, 17-14, in their win over the Tiwi Bombers, who kicked 5-11 against them in the earlier match. So St Mary's, maybe they were just reminded that Wanderers kicked 17-14. Maybe they want to try and beat that today, and they're going to do it. There's no doubt about that. Here's the kick out of the middle. Here's Dominic McCormack.
Jackson Geary almost takes the mark after the kick from Paredes. He's taken high, nothing doing, says the umpire. Storer takes possession at half forward, kicks up into forward 50, waiting underneath it with courage. Jared Brennan stood his ground and took the mark well. Now needs options. Called to play on, will go short and misses Gallio completely. Coming in strongly is Barth. He's going to be tackled. He's swamped in the tackle, high in the back. Take your pick. But Luke Barth will take the free kick at centre wing.
Sleath has tried his heart out as well out there, but unfortunately he's given away a few too many free kicks in this game.
Luke Barth is going to have to pump this long. He does just that. He gets onto it, kicks it down towards the 50-metre line. Ewing comes hard at the footy. Paredes there as well. Rushed over the boundary line in the hands there of Zach Smith.
And the difference, Charlie, in the Wanderers and Tiwi games, that Tiwi actually kicked 5 goals, 11, so they had 16 scoring shots at goal. I mean, Southern District 7 in a whole game.
I don't think I've ever seen a scoreline like that. 1 goal in the first minute and a half, and then nothing since in terms of goals. They've got time to rectify that. Paredes in there, tried to boast his way out of it, got out towards Wilson. He did pretty well, Wilson. Onto the footy, got inside 50, goes long down towards the goal square, bounces right on the line. Ben Rioli there got away from him.
I reckon it's gone through.
A score, was it a goal? They're going to have a conversation about this. Ben Rioli seems to think it was a goal. Not so Jared Brennan, who's been waved away by the umpire. He wanted to offer some suggestion. The umpire decided not to hear it. They're having a discussion about it.
Justin Wilson gave the ball back. I think it's a goal, I reckon. It's a goal.
No, touched.
Oh, I thought the umpire went like, I thought the on-field umpire gave the signal then.
So Brennan, who's got the ball in his hand, has the job to bring the ball back into play. He almost kicked into
he did. It's
man
touched
on the mark. It was touched, was it?
Yep.
Up towards the centre of the ground.
Certainly touched.
Mark taken and play on, said the umpire.
Yep, no, it was called beautifully there by the umpire. Storer now with ball in hand, pumps it inside 50 immediately. Taking the mark is Fenton, and playing on quickly is Fenton, puts it onto the chest of Ewing, who lines up. No, he doesn't worry about lining up. He just kicks the goal. He kicks 7.
7 goals on your return is a good return for any game, especially in these conditions. And again, we're saying he's playing for his spot as well. Played Division 1 last week, I think you were saying, Charlie. So, I mean, just to come back and slot into the team so well. And when we were going through St Mary's and listing the best 22, I have Darren Ewing in that team for sure.
Yep, I don't think there's any doubt. If he's fit, he's in the best 22, he's in the best 18. He's on the field, he's starting at full forward.
He is a brilliant player. 18-15 to 1-6. We tick past 20 minutes in this final term. 23 points at quarter time, 27 at half time, a massive 72 points at three-quarter time, and they've gone on with business here in the last quarter. They now lead by, 111 points. Stunning performance from St Mary's. 1 week out from the start of the finals, would you believe it?
I didn't expect this scoreline.
So here they come forward. This is James Wall. Runs around the man on the mark, got it inside 50. It was a deep penetrating kick. It worked okay. Paper Talk on the clean-up, gets around to his right, puts it high in the air. Oh, the trying to take the mark down there was Valens, who's been pretty good. The kick misses out to the right and goes out of play. Out of bounds on the full, it would seem. Cameron Eilert certainly thinks so, and he wins the free kick in the back pocket.
And whips it out straight away to Yaron. Yaron kicks long, looking out here for Geary. Just picks it up beautifully in front of Paper Talk. Didn't worry that he was being held. Got the handball off to Paredes. Back to Geary. Geary up centre wing looking for Labastida. Francis Quintari now wrestling for it on the ground. It's stripped away from him. Well done. That's got to be a free kick, surely. Nothing doing, says the umpire. Held without the ball there was Jared Brennan. Jackson Geary doing the professional free kick there, Natasha Medbury.
That was definitely there, and credit to Jarrett Brennan for just getting up and running back to his spot and not remonstrating with the umpire. That was a free kick for sure, every day of the week.
21 and a half minutes gone, final term here. Ball comes out of the ruck contest with no clear winner. 3 or 4 players in looking for it. Southern Districts can't get clear. That ball's stuck in there. That's in the mud patch, if you like. Well, that's not being a little unfair, but that play's cut up a bit, isn't it?
It is. And look at the intensity still for St Mary's. As I spoke about before, whether they're 100 points in front or 100 points behind.
Fenton now coming away from the ruck contest. Dropped the ball. Tackled beautifully there, I thought, by Jack Williams. Was his opposite number in Rosier. The umpire 40 metres away said it was a high tackle. So Rosier will take it just forward of left centre wing. Grandstand side. Long kick up into it. Attacking 50, underneath the ball was Paredes. He stood his ground and paid the price. Districts working hard now in their forward 50, trying to get the ball through. Thrown to the ground there, I think may have been Duffy, and the umpire says, I will have it.
Don Paredes was really hurt in that. That was a big tackle. It got him high.
No call by the umpire. He stood his ground, wasn't he? He was clear what happened.
He's back up now, and I think they're trying to get him off. That's one injury that you don't want to have is Paredes. And Armour's just gone for Cameron Islet then.
He's just decked him, and he's got the free kick for it, and Iggy Vallejo not happy.
There's been some ugly little scenes in this game.
They need to just settle down here, Saints, because there's nothing to gain for them here and everything to lose.
And Paredes, they should really get him off. Are they bringing him off?
Yeah, they are, just down here. That's one of the last men that you want to sustain a serious injury, but that Armour was just had no eyes on the ball whatsoever. Straight for the man.
Cameron Island's kick. Gave it off to Shannon Rioli. Pokes it out towards the half-forward line. Finds Labastida. Wheels around onto the right boot. Kicks it inside 50. Got a little too far over the top. Southern Districts have it. Back in the back pocket. Carroll. It's going to go out to the right along the boundary line. Trying to work their way out of trouble. There's some of the Southern District supporters I think we can hear getting a little frustrated with things out there.
No, I think it was the St Mary's one as Armour come off, Charlie.
Ball kick long now, and Storer couldn't take the mark. Delivers a handball to Coombs. Stops and props. He's going to get caught here if he's not careful. He delivers a handball to Storer. Storer under pressure. Releases the ball and goes to Wall. Wall kicks the ball forward. They've got numbers here, Districts. What can they do? Marcus Hamilton, haven't called that name for ages. 60 from goal, kicks long, finds a teammate in Charlie McAdam and finds him 20 metres from goal, dead in front. He goes the snap and kicks a goal. Southern Districts second.
That's a long time between drinks for Southern Districts. First goal in the first minute or two of the game, and they've kicked their second goal at the 24-minute mark of the last quarter.
Which could be the last minute or two of the game.
Yeah.
Extraordinary, some bookends there.
Kieran?
Yeah, I was about to say, Dom, you love symmetry. How good would it be if Southern District kicked the first goal, then 18 St Mary's goals in between, and then Southern Districts finish off with the last goal?
I want to see Charlie get his wish, and that was for Saints to get 20. That was Charlie's call.
It's not that far away.
Could there be time for that?
That's right, 25 minutes gone. What a great side they are.
What a display.
You can put aside the scoreline and just look at what you've seen from an incredible football team. Kick inside 50. Siren brings it to an end just as Geary got onto it. But what a win for St Mary's here. Dominated from start to finish. They ran out big winners in the end. Have a look at that scoreline, 18-15 to 2-6, and how interesting. Districts, the first minute of the game and the last minute of the game for their 2 goals. Tash.
Yeah, the 2 better players for Southern Districts was definitely Cale Barker played an absolute brilliant game on Peter McFarlane, and Jared Brennan that was everywhere as well. But for St Mary's, Darren Ewing to kick 7 goals, Nathan Paredes kicked 2, but just his presence everywhere around the ground. Jackson Geary as well. Jack Williams in the ruck, I thought, played really well, and Shannon Rioli, I thought they were probably the 5 best players for St Mary's. But the only negatives for St Mary's to take out of that game was maybe there's a few tribunal appearances for a couple of players, Charlie.
What a stunning performance. 23 points at quarter time, 27 at half, 72 at three quarters, 105 in the end. 18-15 St Mary's have defeated Southern Districts 2-6.